God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all three. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic. Huzzah!
These are daggers dropped by my men that were slaughtered by an ice troll in the second age. But I do not like to talk of such things. And for you, Legolas, this is a new bow, so that you may kill a troll as quickly as I did, in under 10 seconds. And for Samwise Gamgee, rope forged from the hair of an ice troll that I killed many years ago. And for Frodo, the bottled tears of an ice troll. Did I mention I killed an ice troll many years ago? In under 10 seconds? Fare thee well, my friends, and may these gifts forged from the body of an ice troll that I killed many years ago in the second age in under 10 seconds. Fare you well on your journey.
I learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Woke!
It looks like Chuck's taking the skin boat to Tuna Town.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
My mind is a raging torrent, flooded with rivulets of thought, cascading into a waterfall of creative alternatives.
God darn it, Mr. Lamar. You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
I don't feel tardy.
But you are.
But I am.
But you are.
I like how you said I was and not we, not the royal we.
No. You.
I'm no royal.
Dude, do I still hear... I still hear Feed the Ducks in the background.
I don't. Oh, there it is.
Oh, hello.
I guess I didn't turn it off.
Oh.
Yeah. Real BBC.
Yeah. I like it like that. Oh. I like it like that.
All right, enough of that shit. Welcome to Bagging, Boarding, and Chatting, a comic book show.
God, what does he have?
AIDS.
More ISOM.
Oh.
More ISOM. I got a second package in today, so we're going to be bagging and boarding that.
Mine has shipped.
That's good. That's good. I saw some other Euros are getting
Or at least
theirs.
one of them shipped. The first one I did
That's
ship.
good. You freaking Euros and your weird governments. My name is Gary Beekler. I come to you from Nerdrotic. We have a lot to talk about today. Lots of planning went into the show. Probably the most planning ever that I've put into a live stream has gone into the show, which means none. Absolutely none. Zero. But we will be talking about Hollywood headed for another disaster outside of the strike. What? Oh, no. The end may be nigh. The end made me nigh. I know. I'm so sad. Hi, Az. How you doing?
I'm doing good. R.I.P. Crypt Daddy.
Yeah.
Was really hoping it was one of his jokes. I really was. And sadly not. Will be very missed. Very, very funny guy. I was following him on Twitter, laughing my fucking ass off at his stuff long before I even had the opportunity to talk to him and communicate with him. And we were lucky enough to get him on a Friday Night Tights, which was awesome. And he was awesome. So, yeah, nothing but love. Incredible talent. Just the way he dismantled people online, the way he just dealt with everything. He better man than, well, somebody who's, Mexican, crippled, queer, and then anyone on Twitter. Love him to pieces. R.I.P. dude. He's up there laughing his knob off at everyone. That's what he's doing. He's like, and stuff like that. So, God bless him.
R.I.P. Crypt Daddy.
Other than that,
I'm trying to find his last.
Proverbial show must go on and all that. Had some fun with some comic book images from a Hawk Girl comic this week, which drew the ire of community notes. 2 of them getting community noted, and community notes having to remove one of their community notes. So, because I actually was right. So they removed one, and the other one's still there, which is fine because that was what. How about that for one of your final tweets, man? That's great.
That's one.
I think his final interaction on Twitter was interacting with a guy who was just like, "How dare you take the fun out of the disabled?" And he just carried on calling him a Nazi all the way through. And then he just sort of, I think then he did a quote tweet at the end. It was just like, is anyone going to tell him?
Right?
No.
And then Ricky Berwick responded, "You killed him."
You killed him.
But does one image kind of represent what's Disney Star Wars is? There's no better image that represents it than this.
I mean, that's why I've got
this
that
is
up there,
Disney
dude.
Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
Disabled child.
The Pride Stormtrooper. That is an actual Nazi in a Pride orientated way, because Disney, if there's one thing we know how to do, it's take advantage of communities. I don't.
You mean pander to an identity for profits, to exploit them, and many willing, useful idiots play along? Yes.
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 Yeah.
That's what fan baiting marketing is. It's something that was developed in Hollywood. Still trying to get like actual evidence of this, but I've heard so many people say that it was developed in marketing departments from mostly marketing heads who came right out of college, 25-year-old woke white women, basically. And that's
gotta love them.
Gotta love them. They've done so well for Hollywood. Now they're all getting fired because Hollywood is burning. Hollywood is burning.
A little bit
Just when they made a step though in the right direction, where a lot of them were now getting rid of the diversity divisions within their companies. We'll talk about it. Obviously, we'll talk about it later. But just when they make a step in the right direction, they take 2 steps backwards again with the masking.
Oops. Don't know if that was an arousal sound, but we'll go with
it's no. That's a pondering, looking for a clip.
Do you wanna take a life? Do you wanna cross that line? Because it's a long way back from hell.
Did that pretty good. MauLer. Hey, whoa.
Hello.
MauLer released a video for my birthday, by the way.
I did.
Specifically for my birthday. I am so touched that you carved out 6 hours of my day that I could not afford. And I started your video. I'm like, I'm going to watch a couple of hours. I'd let it play all the way through. I got so much done in my office. I was like puttering around. It was brilliant, dude. What a takedown. They're destroyed.
Thank you, dude.
I'd like to report a murder. And it was MauLer killing Disney. Disney Marvel particularly. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Always nice to be here. Yeah, I mean, certainly by the Ed section, I get to be a little bit more unhinged about my feelings toward Disney as they currently stand. That's usually how I do it, right? Like hours of trying to prove definitively like this shit is terrible. And then being like, so this isn't very good. You know, just overall in a meta sense. Also, what are you laughing at, Az? Go on, share with the class.
Speaking of not very good by the looks of it, I've just shared, Gary. You might be back in business, MauLer, before you know it.
Oh yeah. I gotta find. There's a couple of clips of this show.
I've just shared the thing though.
I'll share the thing. Could you find? Could somebody find the clips of Ahsoka, especially with Hera? They showed on G&G Daily.
Oh,
it's
the one with the flying or
yeah.
Yeah, I can find it. Oopsies. I think that's the Guardian. I think that is from the Guardian.
Flat, flimsy, and devoid of life.
I am shocked.
I got that to look forward to, I guess.
I am absolutely
Ahsoka,
shocked.
it seemed only to draw attention to the tedious pacing, cookie cutter characters, a nonsensical, convoluted chase plot. Airless and utterly devoid of life, Ahsoka takes its backdrop, the vast vacuum of space, a bit too literally.
So it's official then. There's no shield for Star Wars anymore, just like Marvel.
Nope. It's gone. Shields are down, Captain.
Shields are down.
Ouch. I'm really looking forward to watching it later.
I
tomorrow
can't.
morning.
Why would, we're doing middies for it or TV, whatever, but it's gonna be miserable, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm debating on whether to go do a. I haven't done one in a long time. Do a live review afterwards.
Ooh.
I'm debating. It depends on how bad it is. It really does. I know we're up against. There's like debate. There's political debates here. There's a Trump interview and a debate. I think right all around the same time. Maybe the debates will be earlier, but Ahsoka premieres at 8:00 Central, where I am, 8 in the evening. So that's a very doable time. So we'll see. Also working on a video, and then I'm obviously going to be working on another one. Look at all those women. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the clip. Star Hers, the her to the Empire. That's what Ahsoka's going to be.
Woohoo!
There is a lot. There's a suspicious amount of women in this clip. Wow.
A classic that never stops being funny.
It really doesn't. I need to find that clip. Is it still out there?
I've got a 21-second clip.
From the person who said it again?
Yes. I found it.
Pay attention. He's talking about no bullshit.
Okay, I got it. I
haven't got that clip of you.
There, Gary, I shared it.
Is that Ahsoka?
Yes.
Oh, I might have to watch. Okay, I'm totally interested. 10 out of 10. Ahsoka's 10 out of 10. It was no bullshit, right, MauLer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be able to find you the source of that moment.
I would love to find that because I need to put that in videos.
That's dude, that might be EFAB 37.
Oh.
Jesus. It's an oldie but a goodie. We covered Matt Jarbo in that episode.
Oh, you do?
Oh,
wow.
That's the space clip, if that's what you wanted to see. That's with the robot.
Yes, this is the clip we're going to see. And I do have to credit Disney Star Wars. They don't copyright claim, like, at all. So
it's because we promote their stuff so much, right? They're successful thanks to us.
Well, yes, we're actually their biggest assets. I saw that in a chat one day. The real BBC and FNT and EFAP are the best thing that ever happened to Disney. Something to that effect.
Yeah, we single-handedly bring millions into the cinema.
Yep. With our.
But how can we be
They
the
like it.
vocal? How can we be the vocal minority, but we're the most influential?
I know we should take all the unsolicited advice from and just stop as YouTubers who cover exclusively pop culture. We should just stop.
Yes,
we should stop watching it. We should just
if you
fucking
don't like
stop.
it, don't watch it, Gary.
Yeah. Oh, we should just stop.
Wish this fucking clip would stop.
Can't just shoot it down, it would crash into the port city. Just ready a tracking device. And don't miss this time. No, I did not go through your stuff.
Okay, pause it for a second. The robot is emoting more than the human.
Yes.
She does seem a little bit
Hera's a bit stiff, if I could be so kind.
Well, what's her name again? She's the one who
Hera.
No, the actress who Ewan McGregor cheated with her
Pilgrim,
on
right?
his wife and then married her. Not that I don't care about that, to be honest with you. That's Hollywood. Don't get married in Hollywood. Just don't. But she was from Scott Pilgrim, right?
Yeah. And Fargo's 3, I think.
The
Actually, that's who she
Huntress
met,
from Birds of Prey, is it?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Her best role is in Sky High, by the way, which is a fantastic movie. Freaking love Sky High. All right, you can hit play so we can just, this can be over. This riveting.
Battery.
Riveting acting. That was absolutely riveting.
What a clip.
Hey,
yeah, good thing they released that to get us hype.
You want to get, this is going to make the audience mad. I just figured out a way, and it's been there the whole time. So I can, it's not going to be great, but I can boost the volume on those clips. That's why you were able to hear it. Oh, I just found it. And it's been there the whole time. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
There is a 21-seconder if you want to see it.
Oh, no. Let's watch it.
Okay. Not allowed, but okay. Tonight.
Ready.
I can't do anything about the volume of this one.
No, I can turn this up.
Yeah.
Can we please look? Can we please look at Ahsoka entering battle? Can we please look at a jump?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's.
That looks like the jump of a 47-year-old woman.
What is that? That's what I do when I try to fuck around in front of my nephew.
Oh, I feel bad.
Oh, I like Rosaria Dawson. I do.
No.
But God.
You remember that guy in Boba Fett who did the spin before shooting?
Yes. Yes. I'll never forget that.
Same
I died.
energy. Same energy.
I died. Oh my God.
All right. As the great Buffy episode, once more with feeling.
The gravity's stronger on this planet.
What? Oh, no, actually, I take it back. Why does he just fucking stab her right now?
Because he's letting her finish her move as this turn-based.
Look, don't look at that, you robot twat. Just stab her.
He could just cut her legs off. He's just waiting.
Look, just look, watch him. He's got tons of time, the robot. He's spinning his fucking...
Yeah,
he's spinning his stick. He's spinning his stick. She's doing a twiggly woo.
Dude, I've seen better fights outside of Comic-Con by cosplayers. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, man.
Get ready. Ready.
Get ready. Oh, look.
They're ready.
I can't wait for Sabine to get... By the way, chat, I'm not even joking here. I can't wait for Sabine to get stabbed through with a lightsaber and survive, just like everyone is nowadays.
There's the spoiler.
She has more than one stomach.
That's the spoiler we weren't going to talk about on FNT, but Az just blurted it out. Yes,
nobody cares.
Another
Gary.
person. Well, that's fine. Another person.
Clearly, we care. Az.
Another Star Wars character gets stabbed in the gut and survives.
Run right through. Run right through and survives.
Qui-Gon Jinn once again.
Qui-Gon Jinn, you're a pussy, a giant pussy.
Qui-Gon Jinn only had one stomach.
Right. Okay. So, the Twitter account Ruin Johnson has a bingo card of like all the shit that's gonna happen, and I already told him, dude, you got one right with the fake out death.
Okay. Ready. Everyone's ready. Jeez.
Let's do it.
No, I don't want to do it. That's just half the problem.
Ready.
Whoa.
Wait! Just stab her!
Looks funny.
You can cut her in half! She clearly didn't finish her Jedi training. She walked away, but somehow she's a Jedi
that is
now.
True. That is legitimately true. Yeah.
No, she's a Jedi Master now. She's training. She is training.
But she's no Jedi. She's not a Jedi. Ahsoka's not a Jedi.
She's training. Why am I forgetting her name? The SJW from Rebels.
Sabine.
Sabine.
Sabine. Yeah.
The massive SJW chick from Rebels. Yeah.
Just don't defend. Attack.
I'm telling you, this entire universe has a room temperature IQ.
This is the. This is where Sabine's gonna get fucking stabbed.
Yeah, she gets stabbed, but then she survives.
And cuts her hair. Sure.
Because she has two stomachs. Well, because, I mean, like, you don't need men when you can just make the girls look like boys.
And the funny thing is with them bringing Rebels into the equation is that I don't think they've got either of the male monster or what dude bro who got killed. So none of them.
Kanan. How do I remember these names?
Yeah.
I didn't even like the. I mean, the show.
You know this stuff better than I do.
Dude, I watched the show. I watched the Darth Vader episodes. I watched the show. I think I even reviewed on this channel the final episode. Like it was just a dumb.
I watched all of Rebels. I watched all of it because I wanted the context of everything.
I watched the Tom Baker episode as the Bendu or whatever the fuck he was.
Yeah.
But like, I never thought any of it counted. Right? It's like reading the comic books. It's like watching a cartoon. You're like, all right, but like ultimately, when the movies come around, none of this shit's gonna fucking matter. And now they're turning it into the cartoon that was on Disney XD.
Vader's gonna cut a fucking head off.
Is it any surprise, considering how Disney have done all of this? They squeeze the OT for every last drop while shitting on the prequels. Then they squeeze the prequels for every last drop. Now they're squeezing the fucking spin-off TV shows. It's insane that we've gotten here.
Well, let's watch the rest of it, and I'll tell you where it's dead, and they can't do anything about it, and they're just making it worse. There is a solution.
I'm gonna watch this with my friend Captain Jack Sparrow.
Was there? Force is female. Force is female, guys.
It's Disney. Everything is fucking female.
They turned Star Wars into. They bought Star Wars because Disney was a girl brand, and they bought Star Wars to get more of a male audience, and then they turned the boys brand into a girl, or they tried to turn it into a girls brand. Incidentally, there's a movie called Barbie. I don't want to talk about the content of it, but Barbie looks like Barbie. Barbie looks like Barbie, and it's a girls brand that was made for girls, mostly white women, but it was made for girls. That's why it's succeeding. You take a boys brand, you try to make it a girls brand, and it fails every fucking time. Every fucking time. So the only way you save Star Wars now is by stopping it, sit on it for 10 years, and then try again with a whole new regime at Disney. Otherwise...
I got a better idea, Gary.
You go back in time. You get Doc Brown. You go back in time.
No.
You tell
What
George,
you do,
don't do it.
No.
What?
What you do is you make an announcement that you're going to bring Star Wars back to the theaters where they belong, and get Rey as the star of your new film.
You're right. That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
That's perfect.
Genius.
How did you think of this stuff?
That sounds like the idea of a 72-year-old woman.
Ideas, mate.
That sounds like the idea of a 72-year-old woman who's so fucking out of touch and horrible at her job.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Brilliant. The woman who writes $12 checks for your birthday is making decisions for Star Wars. Fucking great.
Kathy, make a coffee.
Yeah, I couldn't make a cup of coffee to save her freaking life. Oh, God, it's dead. It's so fucking dead.
How much revenge does she want? It's not our fault.
Dude, yeah, like, what the hell happened to her? I want to know. Was she, like, or did she, like, barely survive a sacrifice to Moloch or something like that up in Bohemian Grove? With Alex Jones in the bushes?
Yes.
I don't know.
Those pesky Moloch sacrifices.
Hey,
Yes.
I have a clip. I have an exclusive clip.
Whoa.
We have exclusive footage.
Yeah.
It's required viewing before you see Ahsoka. Because you're like, how does this woman possibly fit in anywhere? Well,
she's now the key in every single cog in the machine. I'm mixing metaphors, but who cares? Of not just the sequels, but the prequels and the OG,
all surrounding her. But apparently,
yet nobody mentioned her.
But no,
did we miss something?
We missed.
Did we miss something?
There's, I thought I had seen all the cutout footage of Star Wars, but apparently George was thinking about this a long time ago, and we have an exclusive clip. So you guys ready for this? You ready?
Yeah.
Well, it's not super exclusive. It's been everywhere.
Is it deleted scene? Must be.
It's a deleted scene. It's a deleted scene written by George Lucas and directed by George Lucas, even though it might look like it's from Return of the Jedi, but no, he actually did all of this without the help of Marshall because they were divorced. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Did I ever tell you about Ahsoka Tano? She was your father's exotic teenage alien apprentice, a fine piece of jailbait from a more civilized age. She had the tightest body and the perkiest little breasts in the galaxy, barely legal in most systems. Anakin and I used to double team her at the end of every success during the Clone Wars, and once in a while we'd even have the entire 500 first run a train over her, part of official Jedi training, of course. In time, and since she was constantly doing acrobatics, you'd get a glimpse of her orange pussy mid-fight as she'd do a flip while slicing a B-2 super battle droid in half.
It all makes sense now.
If only George had put all of the scenes in. Come on, George.
Oh,
it's just crazy because it fits so well now. That scene, it's just perfect. It goes right in.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why George. Why would he remove that context? Why would he remove that context?
I don't know. It's it's just as bad as the Luke constructing his lightsaber scene being taken out. I think it should be in the movie. I think we should put it.
Hopefully,
in the
they
movie.
can release another version, and get it in.
If
I
some
want to miss out on that, man.
If some fan edits that into Return of the Jedi, that would be great. But that was fantastic, and unfortunately now because of my drug-addled brain, I forgot the name that was on the. But follow that dude on TikTok. The name was on there. I'm assuming it's a dude. I could be wrong.
That would be the basis.
Wow, because women can't be funny.
Yeah, correct.
Well, yeah, because women can't be funny except for Chrissy and Lila. An X-ray girl.
I was about to say, does X-ray girl get a chance?
Well, it's unintentional. I mean, she's not trying.
Yeah, it's inadvertently.
She abandoned me, by the way, so I'm doing this all on my own.
Just think she's nearer. She's nearer to me right now than she is to you.
Is she? I don't even know where she is.
some place in Europe, Germany, I think. Maybe
she's in Germany. She's in the motherland.
Deutschland.
Deutschland.
I'm not sure. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't have any idea where she is. I just know we're gonna be in the UK soon. So chat, does that help you enjoy Ahsoka? Are you ready? Melanie's pretty funny too. Yeah. Melanie's pretty funny too. So yeah, Ahsoka premieres at 9 p.m. Eastern. So maybe somebody's been listening. I think it's going to be crap, but this is actually a very smart move. And I don't know why. This is proof these monolithic companies are too stupid to succeed, because it took them this long to figure out a model that HBO's been using for quite some time that actually works. With apologies to my European friends, but America is where it counts. So you need to premiere it at prime time in America, not at 3 in the effing morning. So it's going to premiere at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Western, it'll be 8 p.m. here, and everybody should be doing this. And this is more of a move to away from the binge model. We'll see what Netflix does. I don't know if their pride will let them completely get rid of the binge model with new stuff, only with new stuff. But it does, there's too much churn. And if you want to avoid churn, then you release your show weekly to keep subscribers around longer. It's just a simple business decision. Now, it's great for YouTubers because, and it could be great for them if their show is good. Then, like House of the Dragon, you have people talking it up. Do you think House of the Dragon would have been as big as it was if there weren't people talking it up the whole run of the series, and its viewership started going up?
If it all came out at once, I don't even know what I was suggesting. We probably would have done maybe 2 episodes per stream and done one per however many days. It would be fucking weird, wouldn't it?
It would have been weird, and it wouldn't have done as well. Just flat out.
Well, the cast were trying their hardest before it released to piss everyone off.
They did. But what happened is they made a good show, and even one of the cast members kind of dialed back when it was the guy who played Corlys Valerian. Remember, he came out and pretty hot, but then later on he's like, no, actually the fans were pretty cool. So yeah, because you know what they did? They did a major race swap of a character who was clearly defined in the books, but they made it make sense. Okay, and it makes sense within George's world. You know, and that's something they could have done with the Rings of Power, too. They could have done things that would have made sense in that world, and nobody would have had a problem with it. But that's the problem. When you get initial casting wrong, when you get the basics wrong when you're adapting something, that means it's just a red flag. It's not the only problem. It means, oh, you're probably going to disrespect the rest of the lore, which they did with the Rings of Power. House of the Dragon's big advantage, George was there the whole time. Not writing wins a winner. He was there, helping with the show, not writing the wins a winner, which has been well over 4,000 days, by the way, since the Real Dance with Dragons. But this is a smart move. Now, on the other side of that, if your show sucks, it could be pretty nightmarish for the platforms if YouTubers are roasting the shit out of your show for 8 to 10 weeks. I don't really care. Either way, it's good for us, though. It doesn't matter. You know, we either get a good show. I don't think we're getting a good show from Disney Star Wars. I have zero hope. And even if it is good, I don't care. Many people have said it, and I completely agree. I checked out of Star Wars after The Last Jedi. Like, emotionally.
If it's good, I'm going to say it's good.
Yeah, I mean, like, you guys, you liked Andor, MauLer. You liked Andor, which is up for, like, Emmys and shit, but nobody watched it.
You guys would like Andor if you were forced to watch all of it. I'm not kidding.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, but again, I know I don't want to re-go over the arguments we've had about, not when I say arguments, you know what I mean. But that first episode bored me to tears.
What did you think of, because I see you guys both seen my full video. What do you think of the Andor section?
I very nearly text you. I didn't know if you'd take it. I think you probably wouldn't have taken it in an insulting way. It was never meant. But I was going to text you saying that is the weirdest 5 hour, 50-minute advert for Andor I've ever seen.
I know, right? No,
well, I did it. I kind of do it in every video. I did an Avengers scene praise in the Black Widow video. I did X-Men 3 praise in the Doctor Strange one, and I did an Andor one in this. It feels like, why not? If I find something that's connected and I liked it in the other thing, may as well talk about.
No, I think it's really important. If you're going to do 6 fucking hours, like, you have time to, like, hey, here's something I liked. Here's something that works. To oppose the here's something that doesn't work. You know, where in my videos I get like 2 minutes to say that, or maybe a minute. But I think it was great.
Well, this worked very well with the.
Doesn't convince me to watch Andor
by Cassie and the speech by Andy Serkis. So
here's
they were very different.
Andor is proof of Star Wars fatigue. Okay.
Oh yeah, for
Star Wars fatigue. Woke Disney Star Wars fatigue, because they did put out something that, even though I have no interest in it, that a lot of people liked and nobody watched it. That is your biggest sign of fatigue. That's a tease for my next video about superhero fatigue. But there are examples of that's when you know it's here. And I think it's the best example. And again, it's up for like best show up against House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon should win, but who gives a shit about the Emmys? Who really cares? But them releasing it at 9, good idea. I think a lot that way everybody can see it at the same time, and you have that shared experience. That's what live streaming is. That's what entertainment has got to be going towards. And they should have never gone away from that. It's ridiculous. Like Game of Thrones became the biggest show in the world because it was a shared experience around the same time, and everybody was talking about it around the same time. But again, it could go very badly if your show sucks. It could be a shared experience like Rings of Power.
Oh, dude,
it was the water cooler show.
Because after you've seen an episode, you can go to all different kinds of forums, and everyone's speculating on what reveals, what things will happen. And Game of Thrones, it was just an absolutely abhorrent, miserable experience from like season 4 onward, gradually, because all the stuff from the books, it's just you start to realize, oh, they're not doing that, all that. And now he's dead. Oh wow, he's dead. Oh, she's dead. Wow, they're all dead. That's it.
Lena Headey, she really intimated that Lady Stoneheart was going to be in it.
Fucking should have been. I remember the time I was furious. I was talking to all kinds of different people at all different places about how they've fucked everything up by getting rid of Lady Stoneheart and by screwing up the story between Tyrion and Tywin. It's what really set me off at the end of season 4. Because there was like a whole easy slot for it. I remember Dan and Dave, didn't they say that they didn't have the time to put Stoneheart in, or that it just couldn't get it to work or whatever? And it's just like bullshit. That's already where the apathy was setting in. You could tell, because season 5 was notoriously the season where everyone was like, "Wait, whoa, this is getting suddenly a lot worse."
Well, you know, George, as much as he likes to subvert tropes and expectations in his story, he always gives a payoff. Okay, when something tragic and horrible happens, there's a payoff for it later. It's a slow burn, but you know, Janice Slint getting beheaded because of Ned, you know, that's kind of the payback for Ned, and that Lady Stoneheart was the beginning of the payback for the phrase for the Red Wedding, and having this dark, angry zombie Catelyn.
God, it was perfect.
Fuck. It would have.
Why did you take it away from us?
I know.
And then because in the same way, right? Everyone really liked Oberyn, and you're supposed to his daughters are supposed to be like a revenge.
Yes,
but then they were like hyper cringe. They fucked it up completely.
No,
remember they had the mum kill the
his brother.
Yeah.
And that would never. He would never be for that, like ever.
And they backstabbed Hotar, right? The guard.
Yeah, and they couldn't have done that. He would have killed them all.
No, he was like one of the greatest warriors in all of the world.
In all of the world, okay, with a big old battle axe.
The smartest characters getting outsmarted by idiots, and the best swordsman getting killed by Randys.
No, but they were like they weren't just petulant, angry daughters. They fucking worked together and as women to kind of infiltrate shit, and that's what they did. And and then you find out like later there was this big long game that Dorne has been playing. They fucked that up.
They fucked up Dorne so hard, and it's not fair because the casting was actually pretty solid. It's just the writing and the direction.
Casting was good. I thought the casting was really good in terms of who they got. But
casting for pretty much every character across the board was actually like top notch. Yeah, I would
except
be able
for
to deny that.
Euron Greyjoy was horribly cast and horribly portrayed, and
there are exceptions for sure, and that's one of them.
Don't you mean fake Joker?
Right? It was supposed to. Euron is such an evil, great villain that they screwed up.
Like Sean Bean as Ned is perfect.
Yep.
Charles Dance as Tywin was perfect.
Perfect.
Peter Dinklage as Tyrion was perfect until they fucked him up. They didn't have the balls to take him the direction he was actually going, and instead just made him.
No, and they cut out like his best stuff in A Dance with Dragons. I know a lot doesn't go on, but like the dialogue is the best Tyrion dialogue. That's the book where you get the best poetic Tyrion dialogue, and then you see that how this little man gets kind of thrown around. He gets kidnapped, he gets enslaved, and he just talks his way out of it. He thinks and talks his way out of it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
He used to be very clever in the show.
And they made him a dumb.
And he got really fucking dumb.
Dude, it's all from the books as well, obviously. But his first set of lines, like the don't let them use it to insult you, wear it as armor, so it can never be used. Like that line, loads of people love that line. It's some of the first things you hear from Tyrion after he's introduced as like a drunken guy who sleeps around and stuff, and you're just like, who is this person? And then he's like saying stuff that's really insightful, and it's like, this is fun and different. I like this guy.
Yeah, he was very endearing very quickly. And you could Nicholas Costa, his chemistry with him was so good at the start.
Oh, he was excellent as Jaime Lannister,
Yep. Oh well,
Nikolai Costa.
House of the Dragon should be different because the story's done.
Yes, and it's 3 seasons, so hopefully it doesn't go too long before they fucking give up.
And I already told you, MauLer. God dang it! I'm like looking at all the spoilers. I'm doing all the stuff I used to do.
It was I was listening to Friday Night Tights, and Ryan asked you, like, what do you think they're gonna do in season 2? And I was like, skip.
Oh, I already know, and it's gonna be pretty cool.
What's the thing for me now?
Cool.
I'd be tempted to read, but I think my preferred medium right now would be the show. So I'll give the show its due first.
I would do the show because it's just a history, and it's told from 3 perspectives. And it's fine, but it's like it's in the middle of another book. And it doesn't really, because it's a history, it doesn't really have this solid concrete ending. It just goes into the next, king, basically.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's got huge potential. It won us over in just 1 season. People always ask the question in super chats or messages, whatever, about how, do you guys think they could bring back Star Wars, Doctor Who, Star Trek, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I mean, I'm pretty, like, what is it, white-pilled on the whole, like, yes, they always can. There's always a chance to fix everything. Got to make the right decisions.
Here's the difference with Game of Thrones, and I think a lot of fans who came back are more book fans. And the book isn't done, so we don't really consider Game of Thrones the show, the ending, the official ending. So that ending is still open. It's still out there, so we can still enjoy this world, especially when they're leaning way more into the book. They tried to make the Iron Throne look a little more like the Iron Throne in the book. Now, the Iron Throne in the book is like 2 stories high. It's actually the 1,000 swords of Aegon's conquered enemies. They actually did it. It's not some lie that they made up in the show because they couldn't afford the prop. But it's actually this massive thing. They tried. So they're doing...
Don't get me wrong. The fixes for a lot of these franchises we're talking about are like hard retcons, heavy, huge retcons that need to be done. Like Timeless Children for Doctor Who, or with Star Wars, knock out all the sequels. Star Trek, I don't even know where to begin because I don't watch it, but I'm sure it would be a lot.
Star Trek's a little easier because nobody considers Kurtzman Trek real. Like it's
even they don't anymore.
They don't anymore.
I'm not joking, MauLer. They've quite clearly strayed from the prime timeline. Very clearly.
Doctor Who could erase the Timeless Children in the first 10 minutes of the 60th anniversary, and nobody would bat an eye or give a fuck, and it'd be fixed. Will they do it? I doubt it. Star Wars.
My idea would be to have whatever the other doctor, the female doctor, was called. She's the master.
She's the master. She could be, yeah. I would just say it never happened. It was a
She
dream.
could be the master. She could be the dream doctor. She could be something.
It would.
What we said about Marvel was to try and Mephisto it or Scrolls it. That could have been a way to do it. But at this point, it's just so fucking ruined that it's like we need to find a point to go back to.
Marvel, I think Marvel's done. I think it's so done.
We hear the rumors that they want to reset.
They're going to reset. They have to. Well, for one, Secret Wars is they reset the second Secret Wars, what sucks, that folded the Ultimate Universe into the 616. That's what they're going to do. That's essentially what they're going to do. So that's going to be a soft reset.
That they think that would save them because it won't.
It won't. The only way you could... Okay, so Doctor Who could continue if they don't go down the woke highway, which they already done, by the way, and they get rid of the timeless children. Star Trek, you'd need to shut down Kurtzman Trek, wait 10 years, bring it back. Star Wars, you need to shut everything down, erase everything Disney has done, bring it back later. Not going to happen. Marvel, yeah, you can reset and recast in the future, and I think it'd be fine. I still think all things need to rest for minimum 5 years. Minimum. You can't make
big thing that
anything.
needs to happen with any of these, if you want to try and fix them, is you need to fire all the existing directors and writers.
Yep.
I would go a little bit further. I think to fix these, it needs to be removed from Disney completely.
I agree with that. Like, this is a fantastical Disney, like, straightens themselves out at some point, which will never happen. Never. Not in our lifetimes. They're too big to change. They're just too big to change unless they get gobbled up. And guess what? If they get bought by Apple, they'll be 1,000 times worse. 1,000 times worse. That's not going to fix shit. Apple is about 10 times as woke as Disney. So don't expect anything to be fixed on that front. But, like, yeah, realistically, I think probably Marvel could turn it around because they could just recast everybody, which is what they're probably going to do. Because the core problem is you killed your two biggest characters. And you thought, well, it's just the brand. We can get along with Moon Knight. And you don't own your biggest character, Spider-Man. And Sony ain't giving them, like, this next Spider-Man movie supposedly is just a Sony movie if they do it. You know, you notice they're not running to do it. Isn't that weird? Isn't that awfully fucking strange that Marvel and Sony haven't made a deal and they're not putting a well, they can't right now because of the strike, but they had plenty of time to do it and they didn't do it.
Why would you, from Sony's perspective right now? Your movie, your Spider-Man movie did colossal business. Nothing. Even people who are trying to play up Thor making money, or maybe made a tiny profit, but most likely broke even or lost a bit of money because 160 million of that take was Disney paying themselves for the fucking rights to put Thor up.
And they underreported that budget. They underreported the Doctor Strange budget, which we did eventually find out. And I heard from people who worked at Marvel a year ago that they were massively underreporting their budgets. So was Warner Brothers, by the way. The 120 million of Blue Beetle, it's actually more because Blue Beetle was supposed to be on HBO Max. They gave it some more money, and then they gave it some more money. Then they gave it some more marketing money. So that bullshit going around that they didn't market the fucking movie. I saw Blue Beetle shit everywhere. I saw it everywhere. Everywhere I went online.
It's like Sony they want to wait a bit, see how everything turns out with Disney, see what the trends are looking like.
Sony.
Well, Blue Beetle went down yesterday. Did you know that?
Yeah, it did.
It's predicted went down 400,000, and it actually didn't do 25.4. It did 25 million. So it lost 400,000. They upped the prediction was too high.
So I'll say that the Batgirl was not going to be a good movie, but it ends up being the best off by being canceled.
Yeah.
Just imagine though, Batgirl cost 90 million, 95 million.
And it had Michael Keaton in it.
And it had Michael Keaton in it, and it was going on HBO Max. Birds of Prey had $100 million budget and was in theaters.
Oh yeah. Dude,
Blue Beetle still lost money.
Blue Beetle barely beat Wonder Woman 84 at the height of COVID with half the theaters. The theaters could not fill at full capacity, and Blue Beetle barely beat it. With a day and date
Wonder
release.
Woman also released on digital the same day.
With a day and date release, it beat it by $5 million on that weekend.
Let's be honest, Blue Beetle never had a chance.
Never had a fucking chance. No. It was doomed. Aquaman 2 is going to be the very first cinematic box office plop. Sorry.
Hey. Well, I call Blue Beetle Dung Beetle.
You should. You should.
I mean, it was pretty bad.
I got to give Perry Chan credit for titling our Nerdrotic Daily video. That is the greatest title, Nerdrotic title ever.
Yes.
So, Perry, chef's kiss.
Taco about Blue Beetle.
Let's taco about Blue Beetle.
After Blue Beetle, I do not think Aquaman is going to do over 400 million now.
No, it's going to. I think hitting 300 million will be a miracle.
I don't think Blue Beetle's going to hit 200 million worldwide.
No.
I don't think it's going to get that.
No, Amber. And then, dude, even without Amber Heard, Aquaman 2 is going to flop.
Yes.
With Amber Heard, it's going to massively flop, and people are going to actively nobody actively was going to hate Blue Beetle. Like, we're like, whatever. It's pandering. It's exploiting a very specific sect of Americans. Americans, by the way, Mexican Americans who live near the border. Not sure how that's going to play to the rest of the world, but doesn't matter. Whatever. Nobody was coming out going to. But people are going to freaking want to hate on Aquaman 2 for good reason, because it's got Amber Turd.
I don't think there's anything wrong with making a film directed towards Mexican Americans. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No.
But you also have to understand that if that's what you're going to do, then you must adjust your budgets accordingly. You can't pump 120 million plus into the budget of a fucking film, expect it to say that you're pandering towards an audience and expect it to have a widespread appeal. It doesn't work.
I'll tell you exactly where they fucked up. This can go to Manuel Soto, whatever his name is.
Miguel.
There was no fucking gratitude in that movie. And living in Southern California and growing up, there's a lot more gratitude from the people who were there because they fled fucking terrible situations for a scary situation with their family. They're not documented. They're working, but the vast majority of them are grateful. They're like, oh, I wouldn't change a thing. I love it here. And we didn't hear any of that. We didn't fucking hear any of that. If you would have balanced it out, probably would have been better off. Would have made a good movie? No, because you just put like Iron Man and MauLer pointed this out, Captain Marvel of all things, and put it in a blender where the hero gets saved by his annoying as hell family.
Yes.
And then we have this elderly woman and her angry pool boy for some reason, and he flips on her at the end.
By the way, chat, if you haven't seen Blue Beetle, there is a running theme with Blue Beetle throughout the film, and that is whatever they want to call the suit, symbiotic, whatever. The suit is a killing machine, but Jamie doesn't want to kill. So he always resists killing until the suit and him merge brainwaves, and then the suit understands not to kill. I'm not gonna kill. It goes the way that Jamie's been thinking the whole time. So never in the film does Jamie kill anyone, because that is one of his journeys is he's taking control of the suit as opposed to the suit controlling him, and he brings his morals to the suit so they don't kill. His family mass murder shitloads of people in this film. His grandma kills at least 20 people. Fucking his uncle's walking around in the Blue Beetle scarab thing, and it's just knifing people. And they're laughing and going, ha ha, 20 points.
Yeah, when
what is the point? Why are you having a fucking moral about not killing while your whole family's massacring people?
That whole shit with the suit stopping him because it's synced with him doesn't make sense, by the way, because in that moment, if it were synced with him, it would have him kill the guy.
Well, I think look, I might be giving the film way too much credit here, MauLer, but I think the film was trying to say when they sync together, Jamie had the dominant moral whatever high ground so the suit was like,
Yeah, so you know where they did this better was a little film called Spider-Man No Way Home, where Tom Holland wants to execute Green Goblin. He's going to. Here he goes, stab, and then he's stopped, and then he has to stare at Tobey Maguire's face. That's basically telling him, "Do you want to do this? Is this the decision you want to make?"
It's brilliant.
And he gets to think about it, and then he gets to pull away. Instead, in this, the robot is like, "You don't want to do this," like,
right?
Jamie, we do not kill.
But I was just confused. I was like, I thought the robot was on board with killing, and if it's not because it's in sync with him, then it would be on board with killing because now he's on board with killing.
And by the way, folks, just to really shit all over your face, when Jamie doesn't kill the bad guy at the end and allows him to live, and the bad guy sort of all these repressed memories, PTSD memories come flooding back of this hardship that he's had, that he was brought up as a kid to murder in the jungles and all this kind of stuff. And then he realizes that he's a Mexican, a proud Mexican man. He then goes and murders the white woman right next to them.
and Jaime allows it.
Yeah. He just leaves it.
He does, because they fucked up. They're only. It's a very superficial understanding of like what does it mean for heroes to not kill. Because you wouldn't catch a fucking, well, you will in the new vision, but you wouldn't catch Daredevil being like, I won't kill, but I will happily watch all of my friends kill everyone. That's fine.
I remember when everybody was arguing Batman Begins for letting
I know!
Ra's al Ghul die.
Absolutely.
Right?
I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you. Oh my god, he like totally killed him.
And he did.
And he did.
But he did, yeah.
Whatever.
When he did, I mean, yeah.
Whatever the rationalization
Because
is.
Batman in the comics could have actually saved him. But
So yeah, it's a completely forgettable movie. It's got a really high Rotten Tomatoes score, like an insanely high audience score. It's like 97%. So
More like it because of the vibes. The vibes of the movie is everything's pretty fun and chill, and isn't this great? And look, I'm a kid who's got some power, and I'm going to use it for good.
The
and
only
my family have fun,
compliment
and I like them.
I can give it is the soundtrack was pretty decent. I like the little synthy 80s soundtrack it had. Pretty cool.
I honestly cannot remember a fucking note.
Oh, I can remember the music.
Flushing all memories of that film from my head.
I can remember the music. Yeah. I can't remember many lines. Aside from
I remember Susan Sarandon reading an auto cue.
Dude, she was so freaking bad in it. She was
so bad.
Terrible.
Just I mean, I was like this watching it cinema.
That part where she's trying to get the phone back, where she's like, "Oh, jeez, my phone.
No,
give me, no." I downloaded all of my thing onto a PDA device, and oh no, you stepped on it. Everything's destroyed. What?
So this is the second lowest opening in the DCEU, except it's the lowest because you can't really count Wonder Woman. So like it beat the lowest by 5 million. Again, a movie that was released on streaming the same day in half the theaters, 2,000 theaters, with about an average of 10% capacity. So it's the lowest. It's the fucking lowest.
I cannot believe this beat the Suicide Squad because
it didn't beat the Suicide. It didn't beat the Suicide Squad, and the Suicide Squad's a good movie. I like it.
I liked it, but it did.
Although Starro
did terribly.
Starro did kill too many diverse people.
Starro didn't kill enough white people.
Yeah. That's Grace Randolph's take. Starro didn't kill enough white people.
Yeah, Grace keep gracing, I guess.
What the fuck?
Oh my! Wait.
White people.
Oh yeah, it did 26.2 million in its first weekend, which is 1.2 million more than Bleu Beetle.
I saw it in the theater. I
saw it
in the theater
twice.
I saw it in the theater. Yeah.
I saw it at the theater twice. Went with different people.
I thought
it was all right.
Yeah, I liked it. But
there was good bits of fun in it.
So, out of the since Endgame, spoiling a little bit of my video here. Since Endgame, there's been from Marvel, and when I say Marvel, I'm talking about Sony too. So anything a Marvel property and a DC property, there's been 20 films, not counting the 8 live action D+ shows, and then of course there's Peacemaker. And I'm probably forgetting something else. But that's connected to those universes. So not counting the peripheral superhero movies. There's been more, but there's been 20 for Marvel and DC since Endgame. Since that time, there has been 3 $1 billion superhero films that have cracked $1 billion. One was The Joker, which Warner Brothers couldn't give a fuck about and ended up not making very much money off of because they didn't give a crap about it. The other two are Spider-Man movies from Sony, meaning 0 have come from Disney since Endgame. 0. We got one that got close, which probably had a lot to do with No Way Home. It came out right after No Way Home, which was Doctor Strange.
And after that absolutely rocket weekend, boy, did the brakes go on.
Yep. And then you have Guardians 3, which, depending on who you talk to, pretty well-received movie, did horrible its first weekend, had some pretty good legs down the road, still did not beat its predecessor, Guardians 2. Then you had a Batman movie in there that didn't even sniff $1 billion.
No.
The Batman.
Three quarters.
Yeah. That was a disappointment to Warner Brothers. They put $200 million into that, by the way. It's a $200 million budget. So $600 million to break even.
Yeah, probably.
So it made $150 million. You don't spend $200 million and then another, another $150 million in marketing to make $150 million. That's not what you do. So that's why we have a DC for anybody who is a fan of the Batman.
It's an undisciplined film, though.
It didn't help. It actually led to the reboot. The only reason it's getting a sequel, if it gets a sequel, is it's political capital. They have to grease a lot of palms and massage a lot of feelings. And basically they're like, it did well enough to get a sequel. They're not going to continue it though. They're just not. After that, it'll be done. And then they'll focus on their brand new Batman that they're going to reboot again. They're fucking dead. Yeah. This is a bad strategy. This is a horrible strategy. And do
you know what it is? It is so confusing for audiences.
Yeah. Like when we look back on it, we're going to go, it was dead when they got rid of Henry Cavill.
Yes.
They just never.
Well, a lot of us actually said that at the time, so I think we could pull those clips of us saying it, to be honest with you. But as soon as there was a sense of renewed hope when Henry Cavill said he was going to be returning as Superman, and then boy, when he said no, sorry, I think that just deflated so many people.
That combined with the announcement of what projects they're focusing on, that's a 1-2 punch in it.
So underwhelming. I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Which is like, this is like the worst time in history to be doing this. You can't be fucking around. Like the whole world is tired of superhero shit.
We've got an 8-year plan. How about you just have a 1-film plan?
Superheroes don't have 8 years.
No,
they don't. They're moving away from it. They can't afford it. They're going to have to be cheaper. I mean, they'll be an outlier. I mean, like, who know? I'm not going to bet against Todd Phillips in the Joker. I'm just not. It could be cringe,
neither am I.
But yeah,
I feel like there's a chance he pulls that through. And
have you seen the clips?
I've seen some. Yeah,
I don't think I've seen them.
So, by the looks of it, he's having a psychotic break because there's Arthur, and then there's Joker, and they're in the same shots together.
Oh, it makes sense. That's a way to take it.
So it looks like he's having some sort of psychotic break, and
it'd be nice to be fucking entertained. It'd be cool.
It would be great, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
Because when I saw Joker at the theater, I just thought it was
let's talk about it. It's a freaking great movie, okay? And Todd Phillips is a legit director, all right? If he, even when it comes to his comedies, very legit director, and he comes from like a punk rock background. So and he's not down with I got a clip of him like dissing the WGA, and he's not down with any political correctness. So fucking hell yeah, I'm down with that. Like a rebel director.
It is indeed a musical. We'll have to see how that goes.
We'll see how it goes. So what we got coming up now? So Deadpool 3, they had to stop shooting. It will not come out in May. It will be pushed to 2025. And I don't think that's the movie everybody's making out to be. It'll be more of a parody of superhero films, and it won't be one that can really continue superhero films. So what we have in the quote-unquote serious realm coming up, of course, is Loki Season 2. We have Echo. We have The Marvels. We have Aquaman 2, the stuff that I know they've filmed on the Marvel side. So it's the filming, principal photography has been completed, is Black Falcon Captain America sequel with no Captain America in it. We have Agatha, Coven of Chaos, which I'm sure will be about a bunch of lesbian witches oppressed by the patriarchy, and Agatha will be basically the antagonist that was misunderstood. Which after watching WandaVision, after watching WandaVision, I think an argument could be made that she was the good guy in that. But and Aubrey Plaza's great. Go watch her in Legion, in the first 2 seasons of Legion. She's awesome in that. And then of course we have Ironheart. Okay, so Ironheart, Agatha, and Black Captain America Falcon have all been shot. It's done. Ironheart and Agatha have been on the shelf for a year. Been on the shelf.
So is Echo.
Echo, I talked to somebody who has knowledge of Marvel on the inside. That's all I can say. And that person told me on the floor of Comic-Con that they tried everything in their power to shit-can it, and they couldn't. So that's why they're releasing it all at once. They just want it to go away.
Just like IBS, it's being released all at once.
After that, so that's the stuff we know we're getting probably next year, and then Joker. So Joker will probably be the better superhero film. But yeah, there's nothing else. We got the Thunderbolts, which are going to be led by the 4'0" Florence Pugh as Black Widow, and Ghost.
Seen the tits.
I saw her tits too. Best part of Oppenheimer.
Best part.
But no, Ghost. Everybody remembers Ghost.
My favorite.
Ghost is your favorite.
See, MauLer, when I saw you bring up Ghost in your Ant-Man video, you got to, folks, it's 6 hours of pure porn. When you brought up Ghost, I ain't joking. I went, oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Ghost was like the archetype, because Wasp and Ant-Man was actually like patient zero of the MCU.
Honestly, I'm not joking. I can't remember anything.
Okay, here's what you remember from Wasp and Ant-Man. It's actually called Ant-Man and Wasp, but I call it Wasp and Ant-Man because Wasp was in front on the poster and Ant-Man stood behind her. We also had our first female antagonist who's misunderstood. And they did the whole, this is going to be a guy, and they take the mask off, and it's a girl. Oh, my God.
As well, for some reason, they keep doing this. There was a part in the film where Lawrence Fishburne is like, we shouldn't kill people in order to fix you. And then she's like, I'll do anything to get myself better. And then he's like, oh, I can't go this far. Basically, with all of these villains that they try to make sympathetic, they'll always have a moment. Do you remember the Carly Morgenthau one where she says, she blows up a bunch of people for no reason at all. Then she says, "This is the only language they know," or something like that. I was like,
that's Freckle Jesus' name. You got to say Freckle Jesus.
I didn't know her name.
MauLer, you didn't see Hawkeye, did you?
No.
Oh, you need to see Hawkeye, bro. Especially that really cringe ending. It will give you context on how bad things were. Like a lot of people didn't watch Hawkeye, but yeah. When they revealed Ghost,
I didn't watch Miss Marvel either, and so
I didn't finish it. So that's the only one I haven't finished.
But we gotta watch it for the Captain Marvel movie sequel.
The Captain Marvel sequel, which is no longer a direct sequel to Captain Marvel because Captain Marvel's been demoted in her own sequel, is now a direct sequel to WandaVision and 2 of the lowest viewed shows on Disney Plus: Miss Marvel and Secret Invasion.
Whoops.
That's going to be a flop. But when they revealed the Ghost, it was basically...
times are changing. Ladies can do stuff now.
What?
They can't, though.
They can destroy Star Wars. Women are very good at destroying Star Wars. They women destroyed The Witcher.
Oh,
you go, girls! You go!
This is us transitioning because this is really serious story. No, it's not. It's really not.
I mean,
good luck with season 4.
The Witcher got dethroned immediately by a 10-year-old show from the USA Network called Suits. It actually destroyed everything. It destroyed Strange New Worlds, every fucking brand new streaming show. It trounced them. And that's hilarious. I find it.
Remember when SpongeBob SquarePants was beating Discovery?
Yes. And it should, because it's better.
But it's just so typical of today. It really is.
Dude, that first SpongeBob movie is so freaking good. Oh
hey, didn't you hear that Star Trek is thriving, Gary?
Star Trek is thriving. Strange New Worlds, did it hit the Nielsen charts at all? I'll give you one guess.
I'm going to press no.
No, it didn't. Didn't even sniff them.
Wait a minute. They can't even get on fucking TV for a start.
Hey, how are those? Did Miss Marvel release on terrestrial television yet, folks? Did that happen yet?
Yeah, I think.
Or is it happening later?
No, Ms. Marvel. What's it? Is it ABC? It's on ABC.
It's going to be on ABC at 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday. You could probably look up TV series finale and see if it's up.
Let's have a look.
Let's take a look how those ratings are doing. I don't think it's out though. I mean, like, I wouldn't check because I don't have. I haven't had terrestrial television since 2016, 17. I unplugged. No, it was 17 because I unplugged when the Chargers left. So the only thing I was watching was football.
Oh no!
No, so it hasn't come out yet.
Oh no! I mean, oh no!
Oh no! Do we have ratings?
Has come on.
Oh boy! Come on, let's see them.
The broadcast debut of the Disney Plus series Ms. Marvel drew a. You ready for the demos?
Share it.
Here are the demos. 0.11. 0.11. 0.10. It did not reel in many eyeballs on ABC, but that comes as no surprise since the program has been available to stream for well over a year. Well over a year is A, an exaggeration, and B, also nobody watched it on streaming either.
No.
Oh my.
So the demographic, by the way, if you're looking at the key demo, there's the
I've got the viewers.
Well, yeah, pull it up. So the demographic is a percentage of the entire demographic. So when you hear 0.01, that not for you Americans is 0. It's that divided by the entire demographic. So the entire demographic, 15 I think it's 18 to 39 or 45 or whatever, is somewhere around 180 million Americans, like a third of the population. So whatever you divide that and it ends. So that's going to probably divide out to like 150,000 people or something like that. So I did the math before. So on when it came to Doctor Who, it was a couple of years ago.
Okay, so here are the ratings. Fire Country, it was the highest one, 1.2. Baking It, 1. Ms. Marvel Premiere, 0.89.
So
MasterChef,
890,000 viewers. So they didn't crack a million.
Ms. Marvel, 0.68. So remember, it was over 2 weekends, 3 episodes over 2 weekends, or was it 2 episodes over 3 weekends? 0.68 and then 0.77. But yeah, so over 3 weekends, 2 episodes over 3 weekends.
So roughly, I gotta move.
So averaged about 0.7 0.75.
So about 168,000 people.
0.77. Yeah.
So 168,000 people in America within the key demographic actually watch the show.
That's great. Drink.
It is not great.
Drinkers' videos get that in 48 hours. Top. I mean,
48 hours. He gets
maybe 24.
No. 168,000. He gets that in an hour.
No. Sorry. I'm looking at the 0.77. 770,000.
Okay, he gets that in like 6.
Like day and a half.
I mean, if it's
he gets that he gets that 130,000 an hour.
Yeah. It's not even close. It's not even close. Like I'm not even close.
Didn't do too well. Did not do too well. So nobody watched it. Oh, I'm gonna have a delivery at the door in a second. Didn't do too well on the streaming service and did terribly on the actual TV. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Sure. I would look at the Rebel Moon trailer, but Netflix is nasty about copyright.
Well, to be honest with you, when you were playing that clip from Ahsoka, I was thinking like they are good with trailers, but official clips, I'm not sure if you'll get hit with that. You might do, even if Disney. Don't know.
Knock on wood, I haven't yet.
All right.
The only thing I've got hit on was my Guardians of the Galaxy review. We put in a karaoke version of Faith No More's "We Care a Lot," and they dinged us on that. And it was over such an important part of the video. I just said, I'm gonna leave it in.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens. But I mean, maybe. Do you want to look at the Rebel Moon trailer?
Will we get away with it?
We can try to be I mean, I could fight it and win. I could.
I leave it up to you then. We can try and be as transformative as possible.
We will be as transformative as possible. Screw it. The chat demands. You know what? We listen to the people, and we're going to do it. It's
out of curiosity, by the way, because it kind of started, stopped, but like, what do you think of anything from the video in general? Or
oh, okay. Like, what are my takeaways? Dude, it's 6 hours.
Anything. I don't really mind. I'm just curious.
When you're pointing out the stuff with, why am I going to say Janet? Janet Van Dyne. Yeah, like especially when the inconsistencies. You showed me this clip before too, but like it was. I think you did. It was the ADR stuff that they put in. But I also like. I still like the part where you point out. You can tell where notes are put in. But there's so many fucking inconsistencies and nothing makes sense. But also with the gooey guy. Why am I forgetting his name?
Oh, Veb.
Veb.
You're forgetting his name because nobody cares.
I don't care.
Nobody's gonna remember that movie.
They're not memorable characters.
So they just drink and like this is something I didn't even notice. They just Janet Van Dyne and Hank Pym. Is it Hank Pym at the bar? They drink. They take shots. They take fucking shots of the same shit. Why couldn't they just give them shots? Why are they shoving it down their fucking throats like fucking red cum? You know, it's like what the fuck. So yeah, it like all I saw was a bunch of stuff that I could have put in my review. Fucker.
It was funny how late in, so to speak, production that a lot of those things were found. You know, like the way they shot like some of the fight scenes where the camera pans and then just completely different things are happening, even though they're trying to, you know, like they're trying to create clarity, and instead when you slow it down, it's like holy fuck, nothing makes sense. Like when she's just falling to her knees and they have a cut to a different take.
Yes.
Unreal kinds of chewing up when the bodies move from where they've died.
The shrinking of the heads, the fucking helmet thing, and the shrinking of the heads, but also what Try Hard, who is the dude, that dude's in she's in fucking, it's not Mandalorian.
Mando,
yeah, she's in Mando too. Disney really likes that dude.
Oh, when Try Hard got knocked over and Laserface got blown up, and then suddenly they're like next to each other, even though they're fucking miles away.
I know. I caught that in the movie. That's when I caught them. I'm like, how did that happen? You can tell, and MauLer breaks it down pretty well. Like this thing was a hodgepodge of garbage that they just. There must be a completely different cut of the movie out there. And by the way, there is.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see.
Yeah.
Didn't Scott die in the end?
That was rumored, That was rumored.
I think judging from the way the film is built, it made a hell of a lot of sense that it was going to be that he had to choose between stopping Kang and reliving the years he lost with Cassie, which makes sense. That's a story you
And
could tell.
according to rumors, that it didn't test very well.
I find it so hard to believe that that tested worse than what we got, but okay.
Well, test screenings are full of shit. You got the home team. You got for the way. Okay, there's internal testing. All right, this is a lot of the bullshit that Lucasfilm was spewing back in the day. They test their fucking movies, but there's internal testing, and then there's public testing. Totally different things. But the problem with the public testing is it's a lot of the same people in the home in your home field. So you're going to the homers, and you know when test screening
Homer
should be you should probably just try to do it. This is the way I thought they did it. If you want to get a real analysis of it, an analysis of it is do it across the country. Pick like 4 or 5 Midwest towns. You know, get your East Coast, get your West Coast, and get multiple points of view. But these marketing companies and these studios spend a shit ton of money on marketing research, and it's fucking awful. It's objectively awful. It's basically these companies are now like Access Media. They don't want to tell the marketing companies don't want to tell the big companies what they don't want to hear. So they skew all of even the bad stuff, they skew it positive instead of just telling them the fucking truth. That's why Hollywood is so disconnected from the audience right now. Because initially they never really were. They're artists in their own, up their own ass and in their own head. And the same can be said about the businessmen. And they don't watch any of their own shit. So they have no fucking idea what the fandom or the audience, even James Gunn, a guy who used to be one of us, has completely disconnected now.
It's so funny too, because like I assume you guys saw the part where an easy alternative suggestion, Hank dies to save everybody, right? That's like the most normal thing you could write.
Yeah,
I think people would have been overwhelmingly happy with that if they'd done something like that, and it's so easy to do.
I agree. If the film had been good,
yeah.
But even if they did that at the end with the film the way it'd been, it would just probably would have thought, wow, Michael Douglas really pushed just to get fucking killed off.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'd probably assume that too. Yeah.
There was too many fucking characters. It should have been Ant-Man and the Wasp up against Kang. Fuck yes. No daughter, nothing. Like nothing else. You had too many freaking characters, and it wasn't about Ant-Man. He was second and third fiddle in his own damn movie. Which
he learned that saving people is good from his daughter.
Yeah, because he didn't learn. Because he didn't learn that before. And you pointed this out, of course. He didn't learn that before in all the other movies where he sacrificed himself and went to jail a couple of times. And
wait,
yeah, that part.
The guy who saved the universe.
I love that you pointed out.
Daughter.
Cassie was more likable as a fucking 6-year-old girl. She was way better performed and more likable by the 6-year-old. Than that, like,
dude. I mean, you know that montage when I was making it, I was like, oh god, she's such a bad actress.
She's so terrible. And they the girl from Endgame in her little scene was a better actress. She emoted more. That's actually one of the better scenes in that fucking movie.
Seconds, yeah, couple seconds, and she was way better.
Hey, MauLer.
Yeah,
she's a really good golfer.
No,
that shit was funny as fuck. Come on. I mean, Catherine. She's an expert golfer.
Oh, dude,
the way she runs, she's really good. She's really good golfer.
Yeah, I still think like Disney like grows their own actors, their own like because they act like fucking robots until of course Disney releases them in the wild. But she strikes me as one of those Disney XD kids that they just grew in some lab somewhere.
Yeah, it's like Rachel Zegler, where it's just like, well, Ziegler, whatever. The person we're supposed to believe now is going to be, because she's in Hunger Games. She was obviously in Shazam. She's going to be in Snow White.
She was in West Side Story.
West Side Story, yeah. It's just like, why? Why is this happening? It reminds me of the way they do with writing, or with writers, I mean, and directors. Just like, what is the history? Why are they getting all these roles? It's like,
why? Because they become the it girl. They become the diverse it girl when it should be Jenna Ortega. Okay, Jenna Ortega.
Oh yeah,
for the win.
Two-based.
She's also a good actress.
Yeah, she's good and likable. Kind of weird. how that
You
works.
guys didn't watch Wednesday, right?
No, I do. I do feel I should.
I'm going to. I'm going to wait till Halloween.
So I watched the whole thing. I think overall, okay. It doesn't end fantastically, but I quite like her as Wednesday. And there is one part of the show. She plays it straight throughout, as you've heard from the stories behind the scenes. She even pushed to play it very, very straight. But there's like one scene where she does show significant emotion, and it's to do with Thing getting in serious trouble. And I remember thinking, like, it's a scene I'll probably remember. I was like, that was pretty good, actually. Whether or not it's worthwhile you seeing it from just that is like another question. But I think you'll like it.
I mostly like Tim Burton, and Danny Elfman worked on the music, and I like him a lot. So yeah, I'll go check it out.
We've got some
Mrs. Nerdrotic
breaking news from Warner.
What's that?
Warner Brothers, the Warner Brother boss has
Zaslav
blamed the disappointing box office for Blue Beetle on the hurricane.
What hurricane?
Look, dude, stop being fucking silly. I saw leaves wobble.
Whoa. You mean the tropical storm that hit Southern California?
Yes.
But like the weather
but it didn't hit the rest of the world where it only did 18
didn't
million.
hit the rest of the world, and that's bullshit.
Remember, dude, California is America as far as they're concerned.
I know.
So
I know.
That's
South Texas is probably going to get like a comparable amount of rain. Maybe not winds, but a comparable amount of rain. We'll be fine.
I got a new keyboard.
The hurricane. Okay, for one, the earthquake was in like Ojai. Where was that? Ojai. So it wasn't like in LA, and when it was a 5.5, a 5.5 might knock down 2 action figures in this room. Okay.
Whoa.
Way.
But
I can knock down more than that.
Yeah.
From here.
The hardest earthquake I felt was the Napa one a few years ago. I was pretty close to that one, and that one rocked our house. That one was crazy. But that's probably the worst one I've ever felt. Okay, so we're going to see the Rebel Moon teaser.
Wait, is this the one that was released today or the one that was released yesterday?
The one that was released today.
Oh, so how long's this?
I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be able to get away with this, but like,
okay.
F it. We're going to do it. We are here to entertain the masses. That is our job. Entertain ourselves, too. Rebel Moon, I'm going to say I'm curious. I am curious. I want to see how... well, it's non-binary, so...
Oh, yeah.
I take the pessimistic option and say it's going to be bad.
Oh, it's probably going to be fucking horrible. But at least, people call it original. This is a Star Wars pitch that Star Wars turned down a long time ago. Zack Snyder, he's not a popular guy in these parts because for obvious reasons. And that's despite his filmmaking. I have defended him at times. I like some of his movies. I think Watchmen is fucking great. I think it's
Zach, we would like to boost your movie and at the same time raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for a suicide prevention fund based off the tragedy of what happened to your daughter.
Bigots!
I disavow. I do not associate the Geeks.
See, these guys have their bias. I just hate his filmmaking. It's much more simple.
There you go. No. I mean,
I like Watchmen though.
I like Watchmen. There's a couple of movies I like. There's some I fucking hate. Sucker Punch is the worst. It's fucking shit. But let's take a look.
It's a film for sure.
It's a film. I saw a Zack Snyder fan on Twitter point out the Blue Beetle, the flying beetle, and then the owl ship from Watchmen, and goes, "Oh, they're watching the Snyderverse." It's like, bro.
Oh no,
bro.
Thank you for telling us you've never read a comic in your life.
It's the other way around.
Yes.
I was like,
that's always
fucking hell.
fucking hilarious when that happens.
Oh,
Remember, I look, dude. I remember Ted Cotton in fucking Justice League with fucking flying around in that fucking thing. That was what 87.
Rorschach is based on The Question.
Mm.
Okay, they're based on like some of the Charlton characters. He was gonna originally just do straight up DC characters, and they wouldn't let him do it.
Dude, do you know, I had a friend, I referenced the Rorschach test. I was talking about how that's what Barbie is. It's a Rorschach test. And the friend of mine was like, the guy from Watchmen? I was like, Rorschach tests. And he was like, what does he have to do with Barbie? And I was like, Rorschach test? Are you kidding me? I had to Google it in front of him to show him what it is. It's like, oh, okay.
Fucking hell.
Okay.
You should have said, did you watch Batman Forever?
I don't even know if he's seen that.
Because he does the Rorschach test in Batman Forever.
True, yeah, he does. Oh, it's so awkward too because he was almost like not believing it.
Wow.
I was like, no, this is a thing before Rorschach.
You know the guys. Never mind. 3 minutes 42.
Oh, we're gonna have to EFAP the shit out of this. Okay. Fucking Netflix, dude. We'll see if we get away with it. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Pause liberally there. Whoa.
Hey, pause.
That is the Netflix logo. Oh, somebody's touching some grass.
Gladiator.
Gladiator.
Oh.
Elysian Fields.
Robot hand touching grass. How does it feel it?
What does it all mean?
I don't
Do you
know.
know the story of the Princess Issa?
Oh, I didn't know he was in it.
No! Anthony Hopkins!
All right, well,
now you like it. Now you like it.
MauLer's all
this film isn't so bad, actually. It's growing on me, you know?
It looks like a young Rachel Zegler. A younger Rachel Zegler.
Emotes more.
Oh.
In myth, she was called
That will keep us from getting copyright struck as my awesome singing.
the Redeemer. It was said this child would stop the madness of war.
Girl who's the key to everything?
God,
Look,
really?
I'm actually gonna look. It's Zack Snyder, so you know I'm trying to be fair here. I'm like, okay, we'll give him a chance to do the key to everything story.
I think the
There's a
visuals are fine. I mean, as always, completely washed out palette, but okay.
Yeah, no, I have no problem with production value of visuals. None.
Story premise. There is a chance it could still be good, even with the key to everything girl. I know that's a heavy trope at this point.
Okay, that is so new. It was so new in 2012.
I know, right?
God. I like him.
Yay.
He's cool.
Who are you?
That she
Who? I use that in my next video.
Who?
That she was to usher in a new age of peace and compassion because you see they're doing like except with
Wait a minute.
girls.
Is this the girl who was brought up to be the leader that she knew she could be?
Snow White. This is a Snow White trailer.
Yeah. Zack Snyder's Snow Brown.
was to usher in a new age of peace and compassion.
Man, this lady's got a lot of pressure on her, huh?
I was given memories of a world I will never see. Loyalty to a king I cannot serve.
All right.
I think visually it's beautiful visually.
Looks good.
And the guy who's talking, he seems pretty good.
He's he's pretty damn good too.
I'd like to know more about him.
Who's that guy? Can he be the main character?
And love for a child I could not save.
I would piss myself laughing if this destroyed Star Wars.
It would be funny if this is like 1,000 times better than Star Wars.
Yeah.
I would laugh my ass off.
That would be awesome if it was.
I think, dude, if we got an original sci-fi franchise that's good, fuck yeah, sign me up. I'm down. And you know what? This the girl from the Mummy.
Down for love. Netflix.
I am down. I like what's her name. She was in Kingsman. She was also the Mummy, but she was in Kingsman. She's all right.
I could not say.
Hanksy.
Her. I don't know her name.
Oh, Chris Pine's ex.
What do you think they want?
They want to misgender us. They want to misgender us.
What's the budget on this?
Let's find out.
Isn't it huge?
It's massive. And this is a two-parter, by the way, because, Zach.
It's two parts. Budget is 166 million.
That is
both
for that's a good question.
I assume they shot them the same
they should have never
time.
like when he stopped playing Dario Naharis, he was a perfect Dario Naharis in fucking Game of Thrones.
They gave up on Dario Naharis as well.
They did, but he was cast perfectly.
Yeah, because he stopped doing it to do Deadpool, didn't he?
It's Ed Sheeran or something. What's his name? I'm going to say Ed Sheeran, but
the British guy.
Not it's
yeah.
Help me, chat.
Yeah, he was British.
I want to say Ed Sheeran. Not Ed Sheeran. That's a singer. That's a ginger singer.
Not that fucker.
The soulless fucking ginger.
Wow. Yeah, that Chrissy.
Hey,
Coming for you.
Chrissy's not a ginger.
She is. She's redhead.
Yeah, dyed redhead. Come on. I just
Oh.
expose you. No, I don't know if she's. You're gonna have to ask Frank. Okay, you have to ask Filing
I don't think she's got any drapes to carpet to match the drapes.
Okay, that's enough. It's my co-host on Friday Night Tights. Okay.
She told us.
She didn't tell me. And I
Well,
don't
she
wanna-
told us she said it on Friday Night Tights
I
once.
was not paying attention. Okay.
Yeah.
Overalls. You know what? Remember when overalls were all big in the 90s? We're in the Buffy part.
Yeah, lesbians love them.
Well, no. Buffy looked pretty good in her overalls. But, yeah. And shut up. Buffy was like 25 when she played Buffy. All right. She wasn't 16. So.
Oh, yeah.
We just finished up episode Ted MauLer. So I missed.
That's a good one.
It's a great one. Poor John Ritter. All right,
Yeah.
John Ritter.
Oh, I love John Ritter, man.
Loved him.
Fuck.
By the way, that episode is like it's showing the actual potential of the show, right? Because it's an absurd premise, but it's exploring the whole like, what does it mean if you kill? What should you do next? It's obviously going to be pretty good as foreshadowing for what they're going to do with Faith.
Dude, it foreshadows Angel. It foreshadows so much shit. I had no idea until I watched it like for the 100th time. I'm like, wow. All right, let's get back to this. She's a good looking lady right there. That's
She is. Yeah.
That's all right.
She has a pipe.
So this shot, that one there, the
Scargiver.
The shot when the ship's there and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the two like that's not. It's.
I want to go
that-
back to it a sec because
Very, very fair. Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to
it
move away.
reminds me of the film that Gary mentioned, the Sucker Punch. That's it.
Fuck Sucker Punch. But if I move away from this particular clip, I think some guys in the audience might be upset.
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking it.
Can they not take? We can come back. Okay, we'll come back.
I don't know if I can find this exact part. So you want me to go back here? It's
just to that one.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. All right, let's go.
Right before his face.
I found
Right
her.
Before his face?
Before.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, after her.
What do they want?
Yeah. Hit play and then pause when you get to the other shot.
That.
Yeah.
That looks like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a video game.
Yeah.
It looks like a bad cutscene in a video game.
Yeah.
It does. This does unfortunately just look like a green screen mess, but
Which is weird considering the budget, but fair enough. I don't know.
I mean, it's just a little bit weird because of the visuals so far have actually been very good.
Yeah, this one's out of place, I think.
People could say unfinished, but I don't know about that. I don't think it'll look much different. I mean, like, I like the Snyder cut, but a lot of it looks like this, dude. A lot of it does.
Sure. Well, a lot of it's a lot of it is green screen.
Be
so, yeah.
real, okay? But yeah, this is Space Nazi coming out of a ship, finding the girl who's the key to everything. Everything.
I found her.
Have you found a
Scargiver?
Her name is Stargiver. Did I?
Did they say Stargiver?
Scargiver.
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 Oh. Why can't you just call it?
And she just took out like this 300-pound dude right here too. Let's keep that in mind.
She has superpowers, okay, but why the scar giver, man?
Okay, I know stunt people in Hollywood come from backgrounds where some of them have actually been in a fucking fight, and they must just go they must have to go back to their trailer going, Jesus Christ, I've got another fucking 120-pound girl scissor kicking some 350-pound guy, and I've got to make it look like that's real.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fucking crazy. Now, maybe she's got some superpowers. If she's got superpowers, fine. But if she's just a 130-pound girl, that guy ain't falling over. He's going to be annoyed. He's going to go, why'd you do that? That hurt a little bit. And then she's going to try it again, and he won't move.
I know Az did it. Gary, did you see Extraction 2?
I did.
The girl in that, she takes a beating at certain points in the film.
She does, and it's
just work her ass off
realistic.
To get her kills.
Yeah, she has to work for it. She's good.
I really enjoyed. I thought she was she's a gorgeous woman.
One of the better parts.
I thought she was really good character.
Quiet in Twisted Metal gets her ass beat too. Like the girl in Twisted Metal gets
Well, I know you guys haven't seen it, but in Arcane, Vi gets her ass handed to her many, many times over. And the connection I want to make with all of these is the realization, and I wish they understood this, we actually end up liking these people more.
Yes.
When they have to work really hard.
When they have to work really hard to get around it, use their brain. It's not like saying she, if this guy turns around and she has a pipe and she hits him on the back of the head, that's a way to beat him. But if she's just straight up mano-a-mano, let's go, bitch. She's going to get fucking ass kicked. Unless, of course, she has some kind of... I know this is a turned down Star Wars script, so are they going to call it what? It's not going to be the Force. What are they going to call it? It's going to be something really close.
Oh God, please!
The stuff.
The gay.
By the way,
let's call it the big.
This applies to not just women and it's men too. One of the biggest praises the Daredevil show got was how the hits actually have consequences. That he gets tired. That he has to work his ass off. Remember the fight, the Tom Jane Punisher against the big dude.
Yes.
Getting fucking wrecked by him, and he has to outsmart him.
Yeah, and that the same thing applies for little scrawny dudes too. It absolutely does. Harrison Ford. The Schwartz. Yes, they should call it the Schwartz. Harrison Ford in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
The Pride.
When he's taking on the big German mechanic, he's getting his fucking ass kicked.
In Raiders.
Yeah, in Raiders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. That one's great as well because of the realization where he's just
and the guy just wants to beat up on him, and there's that great point where he just knocks him on his ass, and then he's just like, hold on. Okay.
Yeah.
And the guy's he's just waiting for him because he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna beat on you some more. It's fucking great.
I'll let you rest a little bit,
Yeah, I'll fucking knock you back
one
down.
One of the most accurate things is when he gets punched in the face and his knees wobble.
Yes.
Oh, dude, that's happened to me.
Yeah, he just wobble and then buckle. That's great.
Oh, that's happened to me. Except I just went down
I guess it's worth mentioning, chat. We recommend Raiders of the Lost Ark. If
Good.
you haven't checked it out.
Good movie. All right, back to
it's a neat film. Yeah.
Back to
solid film.
Back to a very good-looking woman beating the shit out of a 300-pound dude because we've never seen that before.
20 women in tight wife beaters beating up on people. I'm okay with that.
Favorite child of war.
Oh, by the way, stay there. Jay Longbone just tweeted out. Gotta say though, these Nazi uniforms are lit.
They are good. Well, for one, those aren't that looks more communist Chinese to me, doesn't it?
Yeah, it kind of looks very very Chinese communist. Yeah,
maybe Zach is going to tackle
Russian,
both.
Chinesey. Yeah, you got the red, you got the gray, you got the Star Trek Discovery end of season 3.
Yeah,
commie uniforms.
This straight up looks like the fucking commie Star Trek uniforms. You're right.
Yeah.
So she is I am a child of war.
Whoa.
Girl who's the king. Okay, how does that look to you, MauLer?
Yeah, that was the one where I cringed a little bit. I don't know. It just looks fake as fuck. What can I say?
Fucking Zack Snyder and his depth of focus is fucking shit. Okay.
Yeah, is this a leftover shot from fucking Army of the Dead?
He's such a fucking film nerd. He's like, did you hear his Army of the Dead thing? He's like, I've got this specific Sony lens
He got it from eBay, didn't he?
He got it from eBay because it's broken in a certain way that gives you a certain depth of. It's like a fucking dork. Just give us a fucking movie we can see. I couldn't get 10 fucking minutes into Army of the Dead. It was so fucking bad.
I was taught that love is.
Looks like two dudes making it.
Love is forbidden and weak.
Oh, he dies. Okay.
Oh,
They
he was my
fridge.
favorite.
They fridged Jack Posobiec. That looks like Jack Posobiec.
He's gay anyway. He doesn't matter. What's he doing?
They killed Jack Posobiec.
You bastards!
You bastards! Where are we gonna get our totally authentic base tweets from now? And our horrible takes. Our horrible takes on Tulsa King. Who's gonna do it? R.I.P. Jack Posobiec. Look at that boy. So is this supposed to be the non-binary character who looks a lot like a woman later on?
Who looks really like a woman and snogs a dude, yeah.
And snogs a dude. See, that kind of looks cool. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
There's a difference between justice and revenge.
Oh, that's
lightsabers!
It's totally not a lightsaber. It's a laser saber.
It's a light katana.
Real hot blade, actually. It's different.
Those aren't lightsabers.
Is that
These are like.
Is that the girl?
These are plasma swords.
Is that the girl who played Katana, or is that X-Ray Girl? I can't tell.
That's X-Ray Girl.
It's X-Ray Girl. Look at X-Ray Girl go.
I was half waiting for that to be Michelle Yeoh.
See,
dude, by the way, you don't mix it up fucking actors. In the premiere for the Quantumania video, there's a part where it shows the Michael Douglas is wearing that and communicator thing. And someone in chat was like, "Why is Martin Sheen wearing a hearing aid?" And I was like, "Martin Sheen."
I like this. I like Spider-Woman. I think that looks really
pretty good.
Looks fucking cool.
She's about to get her legs cut off by Michelle Yeoh.
By X-Ray Girl. Okay, X-Ray Girl will live.
There is a price to pay.
Ooh,
look at that.
Pay for your defiance.
So many things are happening.
I know.
I know it's like Vietnam and stuff. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Shh, one moment. I do love this part.
Hold on.
I don't want no trouble.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't want any trouble, that guy.
Hey, they're in Space, Texas.
No, they're at the beginning of Rogue One.
I gotta admit, this would probably be better than Rogue One. But, well, no, it could be shit.
Charlie, I didn't know Charlie was in this.
Yeah.
Look, he's there. Look at him
Hi,
go.
Charlie. How you doing, bud? Good to see you, man. Loved you in The Gentleman.
Well, you know what? He's great, and he'll probably play the one character that they seem to always miss in new Disney Star Wars is there has to be a rogue, a lovable rogue.
We're not here to bring any.
Are you ready?
From Zack Snyder. Director Zack
I'm not
Snyder.
associated with Geeks and Gamers.
From not associated director with Geeks and Gamers, Zack Snyder.
Brings you Rebel Moon, not associated with
By the way, I did hear that the Rebel Moon, the moon itself, doesn't show up in Rebel Moon.
Oh, they ruined
what a
it.
rebel.
You and I both know fear. Let's show them that we're not afraid.
Yeah.
Little bit of Dooney vibes going.
Yeah, it's got a lot of Dune sort of vibes to it.
A hippogriff. How did a hippogriff get in here? Where's Sirius Black? Now it looks like 10,000 BC.
Looks like Conan now.
I mean,
Hey, man.
Conan.
Let's get everything in here. Why not?
I'm not against this either. Sorry.
I'm okay with it.
I like
I'm okay with a
creatures
lot
and
of this,
shit,
to be honest
yeah.
with you. He just pie faces on the ground.
Oh, look at that guy.
There's a big old squid face.
He's ready to kill some stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
Exciting.
I wouldn't want a blowjob off that.
And a man can fail. But a myth is indestructible.
Wait, is he quoting Batman Begins now?
No, V for Vendetta.
V for Vendetta.
Yeah, V for Vendetta, then Batman Begins, then okay.
Mr. There's B.
C3PO.
There's BA3ZO. Totally not. C3PO.
They them ZO.
They them ZO. They them ZO.
Are you as they them ZO? Are two of them they ZO?
Some of this looks kind of good though.
I'm okay with this trailer.
Yep.
I'm okay with this trailer, man.
Yep.
Giving it a chance no matter what.
For all that you love. Who?
I got one thing about Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder's not afraid to have actual men in his film.
Yeah, men and women. Maybe the non-binary part was just for that one part where she looks like a boy.
Soundbite, yeah. Just a soundbite. He's a freak, good thing.
Who among you is willing to die for what you believe?
Well, not a large portion of America.
That white guy on the right.
Yeah, that white guy. Oh. Rebel.
Funnier when I'm right.
Moon.
Rebel Moon.
Rebel Moon. Part 1, A Child of Fire.
Rebel Moon.
Ooh, that makes it sound distinguished.
Part 2.
Oh wait.
The Scott
Whoa, whoa.
Wait,
Oh,
okay,
so we get them pretty close. That's you know.
Okay.
4 months.
According to my math, without X-Ray Girl, about 18 months.
Wait, yeah, no, 16 months apart.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. A day.
Wow, they're back-to-back days. Wow.
Oh my God. Is a minute of this going, look at the dates with the big music swelling up.
Yeah.
So this is releasing exclusively on Netflix, right?
Yes.
So the sad part about that is I really wanted to know who was going to show up to this if it were in theaters.
I think
via box office
it's a mistake to not put it in theaters. I think they probably should.
So I want to know how much pull he has right now and what, culturally speaking, we're looking at for a Zack Snyder release. Because Netflix probably won't let us know, right?
No, they won't. And this would have had this would have done, like, based on the trailer and it being new, I think it would have done okay on a weekend. I think it would have done okay. But we're never going to know because it's on streaming. It's just a movie. So.
Never gonna know.
We'll find out. Honestly, this is the only thing in December I think I give a flying fuck about, and the flying fuck I give is minuscule. So, but the trailer looked pretty good, actually. Gotta say, not against it at all.
No, there wasn't. You know, there's a couple of bits where we were just having a bit of a giggle, but
the girl is the key to everything. If that's what it is, like all the way through without any kind of variations on that fuck, I'm so sick to death of that shit.
Huge sci-fi, fantasy, epic action thing with everything under the sun. Who knows what it'll be? A complete mess, a relatively okay, fun movie, maybe a great movie. Who knows?
Hey, I love Bright. I freaking love Bright. I love that movie. I found a way to own it on bootleg. I love it unapologetically. So like that stuff can happen once in a while.
Oh, wasn't it announced recently? They're getting physical releases for some of the Disney Plus shows.
Yeah, they're gonna do a physical release of WandaVision, Loki, Mandalorian season 1 and season 2 on 4K.
Of course, you know, on one hand, I don't give a fuck about any of them, but on the other, that's great. More physical releases, please.
Well, they're finding out that now that they've collapsed what they call all of their windows, that they've lost lots of money in extra revenue streams, and I think physical media will be a good way to supplement that. It'll never be what it was, but I'm buying the shit out of physical media because, dude, I got what did I get? I got Heat on 4K for like like $8. You know,
there
like,
you go.
Because Nerdrotic Jr. came up to me and said, "Dad, when are we gonna watch Heat?" And then I went, and he said, "What's the matter, Mom? I got something in my eye. I got something. I'm fine.
I got some pride in my eye."
So, yeah, I my physical media collection, I kind of sold a lot of it before I moved. Just dumped it at Amoeba. And I've got it all back. I've got it all back.
IndieWire gave Ahsoka a C-.
Oh, pull it up. Pull up the article.
And said, it's no article, there's just the Rotten Tomatoes review. C- with the comment, well, you'll see the comment. At least we still have Andor. C-.
We barely have Andor. Andor got no engagement, so it's not going to get much more.
Nobody watched Andor.
No, you're not going to get a second Andor. You might if it wins like massive Emmys, which it won't because House of the Dragon.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we get the second season, but it ends there. They'll be told they need to end the story.
Well, yeah, because you know, Ryan said this, Jeremy said this, I've said this in the past. What they do in Star Wars doesn't fucking matter. Han is dead. Luke is dead. And they cannot be replaced. And Leia's dead.
Luke's dead and Han's
and
dead.
Darth Vader's dead. That is Star Wars. That's what Disney paid $4 billion for, was those 4 characters. And those 4 characters are what would bring in the normies to help make you massive profits to the tune of billions of dollars, and you killed them and pissed on their corpses and then set them on fire. So your fucking brand is dead, and everything else is just going to it's just a category on a struggling streaming service. I said that from fucking Jump Street. That's what fucking Disney turned Star Wars into. And that's what it is. It's just a stupid little category, and now their live action season 5 of a fucking cartoon is supposed to be their biggest fucking thing. Are you kidding me? What a joke. What a fucking joke. And you know what?
It should be studied. There should be books and documentaries made about what they did to Star Wars.
Absolutely. And you know what they can do? They can go to your videos. They can go to Az's videos. They can go to Jeremy's videos. The documentation is there in detail, in autistic detail of what happened. Okay. It would take very little effort, but it's denial. It's that blind spot I talked about in my last video. It's this massive blind spot that Hollywood has that's political bigotry. That's based on, these are just haters because the Access Media called us fucking Russian bots and Nazis and white supremacists. And now they're very quietly all starting to agree with us. Like Forbes magazine is straight up like sounded like Phantom Menace from 2019. That's what they're fucking sounding like. You know why? Because they want to make money.
Taking bloody ages to catch up, but yeah,
it has. And gotta get
gotta get permission though for it to be okay first.
Exactly. But you know what? I'm glad it's happening. However fucking they got here, don't really care. If it's authentic and genuine, good. Call this shit out. That's what we need. Can't wait for Ahsoka tonight. Can't wait. Gotta be fun.
It's gonna be so bad.
It is. You'll be joining us this Friday on Friday Night Tights.
Yes, sir.
To discuss it. We're trying to get somebody else in too that you guys will like a lot. Benny will be joining us. Az will be there. I'm gonna make Az watch the show. I don't really give a shit if he goes to Tortuga. That's fine.
Well, I'm gonna be in open bar this week talking about it as well.
There you go.
I'm gonna be Ahsoka'd up to my eyeballs.
Oh, by the way, yeah. Unfortunately our sold out UK event at the Sports Bar and Grill on Old Road. Drinker will be joining us. Piston for 6 British pounds says 3 months ago you promised to finish your top 10 Doctor Who in the same time I watched from season 1 to
3
season
months
10.
ago?
It was the first time we were in. Where is part 2? Well, as is said so eloquently, we have a lot of time to fill, and there is a 60th anniversary coming in a couple of months. And considering
them the IMDb ranking game instead of the other 5, but that was real fun.
And our top 5s took 3 hours to go over. Okay, that's why.
Yeah,
and it's like it's a little difficult for us to dedicate an entire show. Maybe we do a special. I don't know, but it will happen.
Also, totally ready to do the IMDb ranking list with the original series for Star Trek. By the way, whenever you guys want, it'll be fun.
Yep. Well, hang on a second. No, I don't need to do that. I'm trying to get this article because it's late enough in the show where I can talk about it now. Real BBC. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Not there? Where in the fuck did it go? Here, I'll just go to my Twitter. Screw it. Oh, yeah, it was Deadline. So, there's a strike, right? We talked about it quite a bit. We've also talked about how it's a very poorly timed strike, right, Az?
Oh, yeah.
Very poor.
Yeah.
So, and it looks like it's probably not going to end until January. Things aren't going to get going again until January. There's one little problem. Oops.
They're gonna try and bring this back in for winter, man.
There's one little problem. Lionsgate Studios in Santa Monica have reinstated mask mandates in parts of Santa Monica office following COVID outbreak. Okay, for one, this is retarded.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only specific floors on the office.
What?
And the outbreak was a few positive tests.
I thought it was just retarded in general, not that level of.
It's retarded. You know what? How much? Again, we can talk about this on YouTube. Don't give a shit. We've already proven that masks are inconsequential.
Don't do shit.
They don't do shit. California had some of the most. Los Angeles County had some of the strictest rules, mandates, and lockdowns in the country. They also had some of the highest numbers of COVID. Los Angeles County in California decimated small business. The hellscape that you see today, the fentanyl zombie hellscape, was brought on by a lot of these lockdown measures in the major cities of California. San Diego's starting to look like LA. It looks like shit, and it always resisted it. It's very sad to see my hometown go down that route, but that's the way it is. This hellscape was brought on by the politicians who ran it and locked things down when they didn't need to. By the way, Hollywood was totally allowed to work, though. Was totally allowed to work. Now, whether this ticks up again and happens again, I don't give a fuck because I'm not complying at all. But here we go. Amid rising COVID cases in Los Angeles, Lionsgate has brought back the mask mandate for nearly half of the company's employees at its flagship office at 2700 Colorado Avenue in Santa Monica. The policy change was announced internally by Summer McElroy, response manager for Lionsgate Stars. In the email, a copy of which was obtained by Deadline, implemented in response to several. What's several to you guys?
5, 6. Yeah.
Can we all agree? It's 6.
Mm-hmm.
Several employees recently testing positive for the coof.
Tell them to stay at home and get plenty of rest, plenty of fluids.
Exactly. And one thing that always did kind of piss me off where I worked is motherfuckers who came in sick. And it's like, dude, you're sick. Now you're going to make everybody sick? You asshole. Stay at home.
Get a lemsip.
Yeah.
Yeah, go watch Ahsoka.
Go watch Ahsoka or something like that. Don't come in and make everybody fucking sick. Dickhead, they're like, no, we got to power through. I need a paycheck. It's like, you're going to get a sick day anyway. Shithead, go home. It involves a mandatory mask mandate effective immediately and until further notice for the 3rd and 5th floors. Not the 4th floor. The 3rd and 5th floors of the 5-story building, the email said. Employees must wear medical grade face covering, surgical mask KN95 or N95, which didn't stop the transmission of disease at all, when indoors, except when alone in an office or in a door closed, actively eating, actively drinking at their desk, blah, 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 blah. What I want to get down to is the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health reported recently small increases in COVID-19 indicators over the past 4 weeks, indicating an increased transmission, though the statement also stressed overall metrics remain at a low level of concern. Here we go again. So I just want to throw out some hypotheticals.
Mm-hmm.
Hypothetically, I'm not saying it's likely. I think it'll be a lot different this time if they fucking try. But I wouldn't be surprised if California locks completely down within a month. Would that surprise anybody?
No.
Imagine California completely locking down in a month after, and then there's a strike. Strike ends, and it goes right into lockdown, which will delay at minimum, even if they're allowed to work again, it delays them another month or two as they get their COVID protocols back up, and it increases their budgets by 30% across the board once again.
There's got to be a cascading effect, right? Like there's actually has to be like an avalanche that's going to happen in terms of economics for Hollywood.
And this could be it.
I think if they try to enforce lockdowns again in the UK, I legitimately think there'll be riots here. I think I might join them.
Yeah, I don't know how your system works over there, but federally, they can't really enforce a lockdown of the entire country. They could try, but there's certain states that just won't do it.
It's not that in as much as they could go fuck themselves. It's the fact that they'll close the businesses. That's the issue.
Well, and what sucked is, like, we talked about this with my wife. We would have given it a go of just saying, fuck you, we're going to stay open. But it was not the state we were concerned about. It was all the fucking rats, all the snitches out there who would rat out my wife. And then like, oh yeah, I get to go bail my wife out of jail for doing her job. Fuck off. So I just didn't want to be around them anymore either. So I didn't want to be around those type of people who vote in the type of people who would oppress us, who are totally okay with it because they're a fucking cult at this point. Could it happen? Sure. Will it happen? I think it'll be different this time. I think it'll be a lot different this time. But for Hollywood, be a fucking, what MauLer just said, it would be an avalanche, a cascade. It would be a financial apocalypse, which they're kind of in already. It wouldn't help. And we know how Hollywood loves to comply. They were big compliers, weren't they? Weren't they just big? Remember when people were just, God, I want to go to work. Shut up. Order Uber Eats, like Patton Oswalt said. Fat fuck.
Well, I mean, when you order from Uber Eats over and over again, it probably isn't going to help you with the weight department.
Nope, it's not. Nothing against the Uber Eats drivers out there.
Or the Chunguses out there.
Or the Chunguses. But Patton Oswalt, go fuck off.
Patton Oswalt, fuck off.
Go fuck off. Fuck right off. We got $50 from Film Comics Explained. Hail the BBC. Cheers for the base start to the day. Have a drink on me, fellas. You guys have a drink. I'll have some coffee. Cheers.
Have a water.
Water's good.
Or a coffee.
Water is
good. It's an open bar. I can have water. It's fine.
Do you drink on open bar for like real?
Sometimes. I think he'll drink it does like every single time. He really ain't faking it with the whole critical drinker thing.
No, he drinks. I saw him like he can hold his liquor like a true Scotsman. Like to be honest with you.
I mean, there are people who don't believe it's all an act. Like he never gets drunk, sort of thing. It's like, no, he does. He likes getting drunk. He enjoys the act of drinking.
But he's like, again, he holds his liquor like really well. Like even when Cecil was sloshing around, Cecil can put some down. My wife got pretty drunk. Got pretty fucking drunk. It was pretty funny. But that's when I go away. So like I'll hang out with people in the bar. I'm totally fine in the bar. Alcohol was never my favorite anyway. But about an hour in is when the conversations start veering from anything I can have sober. You know what I mean? When people start getting drunk and it gets a little much. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, time for me to go.
I don't know how many days. I'm over 200 days without alcohol at the minute.
That's fucking awesome. I should get you a chip. But you quit it for different reasons.
1 year, get a 1 year chip.
I'll get you a 1 year chip, buddy. I'll go to I'm going to go to a meeting. I'm going to go to a meeting in the UK. Probably more than one. So that'll be fun. Here on the Streamlabs side, we got Manowar665, the neighbor of the beast, says, "Oh hell, I almost forgot. Fuck weasels of the cuck, Hasbroken and Eurotrash creators of Boulder's Gape Larian Sweatshop."
Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro. That's what he's referring to.
Yeah, Manowar does not like Wizards of the Coast.
No, nor Hasbro.
No, nor Hasbro. And we love Manowar. We love him. Good dude. Met him at multiple meetups. A solid dude. John Getz for $20 says, "Forgot that Final Fantasy 16 also had incredible love story where the man and woman both have vulnerability, weakness, frequently made clear in dialogue and action, how much they needed each other and how much they helped each other, both badasses and great pair." Yeah, egalitarianism. Like, what happened to that?
Feminism destroyed it.
Yeah, intersectional feminism. Yep. Can't miss Hollywood writers when I just enjoyed better writing in Final Fantasy 15. Almost anything in recent years, and they threw in hype AF Kaiju, I don't know, battles on top of it. Anyone who wants awesome fantasy, at least find a cutscenes compilation on YouTube. There you go.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good game. I need to finish the final part, about 85% of the way through. I need to finish the final bit.
Personal bias against Zack Snyder aside, God, it would be cool to have like a space fantasy be fucking good.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great? I'd be so fucking happy.
What's with the Dune hate there?
Dune, there's no Dune. It was Dune apathy. Sorry, I forgot about it. I am really excited for Dune 2. Like, genuinely going to be there first showing, opening day. If I get a preview, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I can't wait.
I just checked. I'm just tweeting something out. No alcohol. This is day 243.
Outstanding. Well done, mate.
Like these.
WS, these are 2 Streamlab donations. Circumventing Papa Susan for $10 each. Says, hail from U.S. Army Europe. Hail! Completed my first OG Resident Evil 4 playthrough, and I'm now playing the Ada side missions.
Parting ways.
I'm not sure if I hated the QTEs or shooting ranges more. As a MauLer, you're quick. What is better and worse in the remake, and do you recommend it?
Separate ways, isn't it?
Separate ways, not parting ways. Separate ways. Because at the end, of course, Leon goes, "This is where we go our separate ways" to Ada. They use that. Anyway, the OG is phenomenal. You know, it was a product of its time with the QTs. The QTs are gone in the remake, and the gunplay, the gameplay in the remake is tight like tiger. There are some parts missing that was in the original. There are some new parts brought in as well. But the remake, I thought, was absolutely phenomenal. Really did. Hasn't in any way diminished my love of the original.
Yeah, our conclusion on EFAP is I absolutely adore the remake, but the OG is better, and it hasn't been dethroned. I actually think the gunplay in the OG is better. It's more consistent, only narrowly, but it's because of the decision they made in relation to like blind fire and red dots and stuff.
Sure.
We went autistic in the detail of discussing that one, but
I was there.
Big improvement. You were there
some of it. I think I was poorly, but I was there for some of it.
Yeah, the mechanics discussion, I mean, which took us to like 7 hours. But yeah, Luis.
Oh, he's way better in the remake.
Yeah, I love what they did with him in the remake.
Yeah.
And then in terms of like what's does the OG one do better? It's like I said, I feel like the gunplay is better in the OG, but the remakes gunplay is fantastic as well. And obviously the graphics are wonderful to enjoy, but the vibe of both games are very different. It's kind of it's the exact kind of remake you want. It appeals to all the nostalgic elements of what you're familiar with, but it also provides a bit of a different experience, and it doesn't de-shelf the original, which isn't even. Because I'm like, as far as I'm concerned, like the Dead Space remake pretty much dethrones the original Dead Space. It improves like way too much about the mechanics and the atmosphere and the graphics to not dethrone it. But the thing is, when you're against OG Resident Evil 4, literally one of the fucking greatest games of all time, it was pretty hard for it to beat it. But fully recommend. And yeah, they both did things better and worse than each other.
Oh, and as a gamer, I think it really counterpoints the surrealism of the underlying metaphor. I thought some of the metaphysical imagery was really quite effective.
That's very astute, Gary.
Thank you.
Astute indeed.
Thank you. Also, want to thank the Collective Fellowship for maintaining normalcy here. If we are maintaining normalcy, the world is in a very bad place. I just want to point that out, but thank you. Thank you. There's a lot of parallels between the woke corporatization of entertainment and the wokeification of the military. Yes, there is. It's almost like fortification.
Dude, U.S. military, it's a clown show. It's a joke.
What they're
you know what they're doing this? They're doing this so people don't go into the military, so when the commies do come in, and they will literally just walk into your country.
Yeah,
China are literally going to walk into your country and take it over, and there's going to be zero resistance because you've already been defeated from the inside.
Appreciate what you guys do. Like most people who work in the government, most people in the military are just good people, but they're being controlled by very, very bad actors, very bad actors. And we're waking up to that more and more every day. So hope you're enjoying Europe. Hope nothing bad happens to you.
Dude, London's an occupied city already.
I can't wait to go there.
London's occupied already.
I will see what a different, because when I was last in London, let me finish this up. Your vid streams are helping me get through my last year in. Cheers. Thank you, WS. Again, get out safely and have a good time while you're over there. At least have fun. So I went to London 20 years ago, and I know it's going to be a very different London. For one, the London I went to 20 years ago didn't have a ton of buildings, like skyscraper buildings. It was very flat. That's why I was like, wow, this is very different than another big city. Now it's filled with them. There's a big old downtown and big sky. What's the Shard? The Shart? What is one? The
Shard.
The Shart?
The Shard, yeah.
The Shard.
I was pretty old at this point.
Yeah,
not like, you know.
Hey, do you want to see occupied London right now, Gary? There's occupied London.
Oh my
see.
Good lord!
There's occupied London.
Looks like
right
San
there.
Francisco.
There you go. There you go. It's in. That's what you put in.
The 11th Doctor rode up the side of the Shart on a Triumph motorcycle, I believe.
He did. Matt Smith did. Yeah,
Matt Smith did.
That's a good episode. Fun episode.
Yeah, that was a fun episode. That was all right.
That was Clara.
Clara.
My God, Clara.
Clara.
It was
Clara.
Clara. That was her. Technically, her first episode.
Her first episode. Yes.
Inverted commas.
You guys went crazy with the soups today, you maniacs. So we're gonna start getting to them. Thank you. Piston for €6 3 months ago. Oh, I read that one. Disaster Area for $4.99 British pounds. Proper money. What do you guys think of Rebel Moon teaser? Do you think it'll make up for and be competition to the Disney Shite Wars?
I mean, off that trailer. I'm going to see it. I'm interested in seeing it.
I am way more interested. The fact that there's interest at all makes it more interesting than Star Wars, because with Star Wars, there's no interest at all. I am going to review Ahsoka as an objective observer of something I could give a flying fuck about, because it takes place in a world I don't care, because the characters that drew me into Star Wars are dead and pissed on by that evil corporation known as Disney. So
I'm just going to check it out. I'm going to give him a fair shake. Good old Zach. See what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, if it's good, I'll admit it's good. I'll just say it's good, and I don't care. And I don't recommend you subscribing to Disney Plus and being forced into some bundle with woke-ass ESPN and, quite frankly, Hulu, which is better than both Disney Plus and ESPN. Donovan Grossman for $4.99 says, rest in peace, Crypt Daddy. His FNT appearance was one of the best. Never laughed harder in my life. Hope he's in a better place. Best wishes to his family. Same here. Same here, man. And he was fucking hilarious on FNT. You can go back and watch him. It's either on this channel or on Nerdrotic Live when I used to upload them. God, it's been a while since I uploaded them there. 2-3 years, I think. Tricky for $20. RIP Crypt Daddy. You're going to be missed. Make all them upstairs cry with laughter. Hey, he can get upstairs now, too.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Crypt Daddy and Cheems the Meme Dog. Oh, yeah. Cheems the Meme Dog also passed away, too, apparently. Clint Beastwood for $2.
Cheems the Meme Dog?
It's the dog that, like, Doge is based after, I think.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That was a very interesting sound you made there. Poor doggy.
Poor doggy.
Why do people?
There was a little pup outside. I went to the shop today.
Yep.
And there was a little puppy Labrador, black lab, outside that'd been tied up, and it was very loud, and it was, you know, where are you? Where were you all gone? So when I went to the shop, I just stayed outside with it and just like petted it and let it just like jump up on me and lick me, and it's quieting down. And I just stayed with it until its family came out. And my God, when I saw that mum with her 2 kids and the way she was dragging those kids and screaming at them, I was like, just want to take this dog away from you. It really fucking annoyed me.
Then she gave you £2 because she thought you were a homeless person.
Yes, which is great because I got milk. So there you go.
Yeah. Oh wow, maybe she was.
I thought it was funny that Gary's beginning to read like a super chat. It was like, I think Az just like, I went to the store today.
I know.
Gary's like,
And I think it's though I'm exactly the same when I'm trying to read a super and then Gary says something or somebody just says something.
I'm
like,
the same what I gotta read about as well, because like people don't realize what they're not reading about, which is okay. It's okay.
Alexander Ducas for $2 says G-Force assembled. Hit it. 25 meep. It says MEIP, but I think it just says meep. For $5 says, why do people keep saying Blue Beetle is the first Latino superhero film from a major studio? Werewolf by Night came out a year ago. Well, it was on.
Nobody saw it.
Nobody saw it.
Werewolf at Night didn't come out of the cinema.
It didn't come out in the cinema.
Nobody saw it too. I didn't even see it.
No, I didn't see it. I didn't care.
Batwoman.
I was supposed to see it. I probably will see it at some point when I remember it exists. But
the Batwoman from the 60s. Okay. That is one fine Latino lead. Okay. Just saying. Swanyak for $6.99 Canadian. I'm excited for Ahsoka as Gary is for the Marvels. Well, okay. I am excited for the Marvels. I am very excited. Star Wars Theory has been sucking Filoni's D in his videos. Can't wait to see his show fail. Hi, MauLer.
Hi. Yeah, I'm like the complete opposite. I've never believed in Dave Filoni as a writer, and I feel like what's the expression? The roosters are coming home to roost.
Yeah, the hens are coming. The hens are coming home to roost.
now that he's got full control, pretty much, and full power, and we're getting to see what he comes up with.
Roosters.
Fuck you.
It's not a rooster in that. It's not a it's not a chicken's coming home to roost. It's the dogs coming home to Filoni or whatever.
Yeah.
Dave Filoni's a company man. He's a company man. Always has been a company man. I didn't have a problem with it. Like, again, when I watch Clone Wars or Rebels, I didn't think the shit counted. I thought it was inconsequential cartoons that passed the time. That was fine.
I like the vast majority of Clone Wars. The last season was very patchy, but it ended really strong. Rebels was a very average show at best.
At best. Tartakovsky's Clone Wars rule. Okay, that's some good shit. Dragon Sworn for $10. But yeah, as far as Star Wars Theory, I mean, his channel's called Star Wars Theory. There you go. His channel's called Star
Well,
Wars.
to be fair, I'll give him some credit. He's taken a lot of flack for coming out against a lot of Disney's modern writing.
Yeah.
You know, I would like the word shill might be floating around in the air, and I'd be like, no. I think it's fair to say that he's being honest. He's just very easily sort of taken in by Star Wars, you know?
Yeah. But I have no faith that this show will be good. None.
No, but hey, we'll point out anything we think is strong in there.
Sure.
If we find it.
Gonna call it down the line. If I like it, I'm gonna say I like it.
I thought
if I don't like it, I'm gonna say I don't like it.
I thought the Rebel Moon trailer was going to be absolute shit, and I ended up like kind of liking it. So
it was like John Carter fucked Conan, who had a baby that was June.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. What's
that
the
makes
problem,
me more excited for it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, he was throwing all of that fucking shit in. Let's see what happens.
Gary, your band looks like a cross between Smash Into Pieces and ZZ Top. There you go. Dragon Swarm for $10. I'd take that as a compliment. Astari Azul for $4.99. Though I'm sure I'll hear screeches of woke, but Silo and Foundation on Apple are really good. Foundation's woke as fuck. Sorry.
I've heard Silo's good.
Haven't seen Silo, but Foundation's woke as fuck. Lauren Bryn could be great as Galadriel. Yeah, she'd be better than
midget McSourface.
More Fed Clark. However you Wales people
more like,
talk.
More like fucking Morphine Clark.
Morphine Clark.
Fucking kills every bit of fucking feeling I've got in me.
Legalize.
You guys just pretending to not be excited for Rings of Power Season 2.
Oh, dude, I'm so fucking excited. I can't wait. I am so...
Dude, I'm going to get excited because it's going to be a shit show, and then I'm going to see the first episode, and I'm going to die inside.
No, what I hope HBO Max does is I hope they finish filming and do not announce a release date until Rings of Power does, and then come out like about a week before again. I hope we get a repeat of that. I want that so bad. Legalize adulthood for $100. Gary, did you see that ROM/Micronauts finally being reprinted? Yes, I did. Omnibus due out 2024, and #1 being reprinted. ROM was the first book when I collected every single issue. Sal Buscema art. Micronauts with Michael Golden also was awesome. Also, some Steve Ditko worked on that too. Both written by Bill Mantlo. Sad ending. Yeah, somewhere around here I have a ROM toy. Like I have the ROM toy. I have the ROM runs on and Micronaut runs. I have an original piece of art for Micronauts illustrated by Steve Ditko that I bought for $40 fucking $40. Yeah, that's awesome. The ROM stuff is fun. It's lots of fun. And Micronauts. Those were all toys from my childhood.
No.
Like little plastic things that broke very easily. Micronauts were cool. They were very cool. Aragon, not Aragorn, Aragon boss for $5. MauLer, have you seen The Remains of the Day? It's one of Hopkins' best performances ever. Yes, it is.
Now that is uncanny because I showed a friend it 1-2 days ago.
Oh, really?
That's really coincidental. Yes, I adore that film. I think it's fantastic. And Like, either of you seen it?
I've seen it. Yes,
long time ago.
Long time ago, but I saw it.
Very much one of those. Like, I would understand anybody kind of hating it, finding it boring, whatever. The premise of the film is Anthony Hopkins plays a butler who is basically top tier, 11 out of 10 at his job, and the film is about whether or not it's kind of a companion piece to Whiplash, as crazy as that sounds. What did his life mean, and was it all worth it? What does it mean to pursue your work over your other options in life? And
Yeah.
stuff.
Did you, MauLer? Have you seen The Bounty?
No.
What?
I need to though. I know about that. That's Mel Gibson and Anthony Hopkins.
It's fucking brilliant.
I'm a massive fan of Legends of the Fall.
Legends of the Fall is good too.
Love that film. Love that.
And you know what? One of the best Anthony Hopkins films is Mask of Zorro.
It's great. He's great.
Yeah.
I love him in that film.
Love Mask of Zorro. God, I love that movie.
It's fun. Very fun film.
Very fun film, yeah.
What ethnicity is Zorro?
Uh-oh.
British.
Yes.
Welsh.
Welsh. Can't wait to.
Oh wait, not the Anthony Hopkins one.
Bob Starsky.
Yeah.
Bob Starsky for £5 Can't wait to meet you lads here in London. Should be expensive but good. Sorry, Old Street is not too bad. Hail and R.I.P. Crypt Daddy. Cheers. You know what? I'm not like, okay, I'm going to sound like American exceptionalism here, but our bad neighborhoods are way worse than yours. Okay. Way fucking worse than yours. So I'm just going to not be scared. I'm not worried about it. I've walked around Hunter's fucking Point. Okay. I've walked around 6th Street.
It's not a competition.
I've walked. Yes, we are exceptional in our shitty fucking downtown areas.
Shitter than your country. Yes. I'm better at being shit.
I'm not worried about it. Yeah. Do you have shit all over your street? No. Do you have fentanyl zombies? Probably some, but not as many as us.
That really depends on the area.
Bro, I was in San Francisco for 18 years.
There are things I could say.
All right. I got this. I know famous last words. Cast on Fire for €10. Says, lurker since Jeremy and MauLer, one degree Game of Thrones. I was hoping to meet you in the UK, but had to help a relative with all I had. Started to sell my stuff. Got scammed. No! Hope I make it to next year. Love you guys. Much to say. I hope to see you. I'm sorry if, yeah, scammers can fuck off. Imperator 93 for $10 says, did you guys think the Alien FX series will be, the Alien FX series will be any good? Or Prey 2, seeing as to how the first one was not that good overall? Yeah, I didn't like Prey. A lot of people like Prey. I didn't.
No, not a
fan
fan.
on Prey, but I'd still defend it as a hell of a lot better than The Predator.
Yeah, I
didn't even see The Predator, so fuck that.
And
that had Olivia Munn in it.
Is Noah Hawley still attached to the Alien series? Because I would maybe a glimmer of hope, but not too much.
You know who they should give it to?
Who?
Fucking nobody. Just leave it alone.
You know what? Fucking Disney paid $71 billion for Fox and have done
nothing.
Fucking dick. They haven't come out with the
No. They did one thing.
What? Released Avatar? They had to do that anyway.
No. Release Sound of Freedom to somebody else, to Angel Studios, so they can make lots of fucking money on it.
That's right. And what are they doing? They're burying Buffy. They're fucking burying Buffy. When Buffy should be restored. Very soon, it's going to be very easy to restore. We're already seeing people restore stuff on YouTube into 4K, upscale it to 4K. So it's going to get easier. And hopefully it gets restored because, my God, it needs it.
There was a teaser for the upcoming Robin with a Y hood.
Oh, that's still coming out?
Yeah, it's coming out. Is it spring of next year? I got a teaser for you. This is from Director X, by the way. Director X who saw my Robin Hood video and recorded a response and sent it to me on Instagram and put up on his Instagram. If you're a director, and not just because he's called Director X, but if you're a director and you can't even put together a fucking small video where you can hear what you're fucking saying.
Well, dude, have you seen the writers on the writer's strike? They can't even fucking, like, for one.
Right. They can't even fucking spell.
They can't spell on their fucking signs. And then they showed all their signs were written by the same person with the same thing over and over again. It's like, you can't even write your own fucking signs. And when you do,
when you say
can't
the
spell
same
it.
thing, was it dyslexia?
I know. All right, here we go. And then we got to get back. We got to get back to soups.
Yeah. This is like an absolute no burger of a.
It's 15 seconds long.
Are you ready?
Oh God.
Oh, it's a long one.
No! Stop! What? Hood. Gee, I wonder if this is a remake of Robin Hood. Hood.
Look, it's
from Director X. What a fucking pretentious
Sherwood Avenue, Forest Street.
Oh my fucking God.
That's terrible.
Oh God. I'm sorry. My entire body cringed and it hurt.
I know. Yeah, we're gonna have to watch it from the start again now.
Jesus.
Stop laughing.
They
Stop
gotta call it Robin from the Hood. Why can't they just
control
do that?
me? Yeah, I'll laugh as much as I want.
It's Watch Dogs. It's Watch Dogs. It's Watch Dogs.
Do they know Robin Hood is like based?
No,
right?
no, they don't know what Robin Hood is.
They don't know that Robin Hood is fucking based. That he stole taxes to give back to. But it wasn't fucking communism.
Apparently, I believe, from what I can remember, the Hood is the name of the group that she's in. Because this is a woman. This is beautiful, strong black queen, of course, in the reimagined.
What's this going to be on? What's global? What the
global
fuck?
is I was gonna say Chinese, might as well be a Canadian network channel.
So what's it? Is it going to be in America?
Hood.
Like Tubi? Oh, and this is fucking Canadian. What hoods are in Canada?
The made up ones.
Yeah.
I mean, Trailer Park Boys. I mean,
okay, Trailer Park Boys is fucking greatness.
Oh, it's amazing.
Absolute greatness.
So there we go.
Wow.
She steals from the white and
gives to the black.
That's how it's gonna. They're just gonna steal from rich white people. That's all that's gonna happen. And then they're just going to give it to they're going to give it to the neighborhood, of course.
Yeah. They won't organize. I mean, if it was like organizing shoplifting groups in downtowns and then going to Amazon and eBay and selling the stuff, it might be more accurate, but we'll see.
Episode 1, 58 of them just fucking run into a Target. Just smash into a Target.
Ministry of Wrong Thing for $9.99. Says Disney is in a very awkward position, and not just the legal Kama Sutra Florida has them in. Clearly, they should cancel the show Snow Shite, but at the same time, its director just made the biggest movie of the year. Barbie? Is Greta Gerwig?
No.
Oh, is talking about the director of Snow White?
Who's the director of Snow White?
That would be John Watts, isn't it?
Oh,
not John Watts. Fucking Mark Webb.
Mark Webb. Okay, so the one who did Spider-Man before.
Yeah, Mark Webb. Yeah,
the Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah. What's the biggest movie of the year is Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Greta Gerwig.
This is he had the Amazing Spider-Man, not Miles Morales in the Spider-Verse.
Maybe he did another movie that did well. I'll have to look. But Mystery of Wrong Think is awesome, though. Thank you for the $9.99.
Yeah. Well, it is wrong. It is wrong thing, but Barbie's going to be the biggest movie of the year.
It already is, I think.
And then Mario is going to be the second biggest.
Yeah. Who directed Mario?
I'm just having a look at 20. He's not done film Snow White 2024. No, I don't know where you're.
Roller Coaster for €5 said, "Fuck Hollywood. There's potentially going to be a Brewers strike in Germany. This is the real crisis."
Whoa.
That's another one I don't.
An Oktoberfest is coming up.
I know, right? It's kind of like people getting rid of, or Elon getting rid of the block feature, which I don't think he was ever going to do on Twitter. I couldn't give a fuck. I don't block anybody.
I like the way that people kept posting, "You've been blocked by Elon."
Yeah, I think he was just doing it to fuck with people, but whatever.
He's, he's into that.
What is he?
He's into fucking with people.
Yes. Gary, as MauLer, I love all your videos along with Drinkers and Ryan's. God bless the fellowship. Please look more into the biblical text. Jesus' blood is the only way to heaven, and the prophecies in it are very real. Says the Lord Jesus died for us. And then it says trust. I don't know what it says after that. I'm sorry. Thank you for the $20, and thanks for looking out for our soul. I do appreciate that. Some of us, it's a little too late. But I do appreciate it.
My soul didn't get the memo, I'm afraid.
Yeah, but no, good looking out.
I'll be in a different dimension.
Yeah.
Torturing people, so don't worry about it. I'll get the
God, my brain's gone dead. Are you
an eldritch god?
I was gonna say, fucking hell, my brain's just completely gone dead.
Dude, I hate it when that happens.
I know. Just when you can live forever. I'm
on the edge of my seat. What's he gonna say?
No, just can you? Is there an age limit for you? Do you live to eternity? Do you just live for eternity?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say that if ever I stop appearing, it's because I had work to do in the other dimension. That's all.
Well, there's so many, and you can only spend a few years in this ethereal realm.
Yes.
MauLer, I really loved The Unbridled Mom and a wonderful comedy vid. Unbridled Quantum Mania. The director and writer believed that they made a comedy, but your video perfectly embodied the actual tragedy. 10 out of 10, says Michael Hickson for $10.
Well, thank you. And yeah, that fucking when I found out the audio commentary was by the writer-director combo, I was like, oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the amount of bullshit they said, man.
Sometimes it's good to wait for those commentaries to come out, MauLer, because you get
they give themselves away.
They really
I can't
do.
believe they had the balls to laugh at the VFX artists and to say they weren't even paid. Lol.
I know.
That's a ballsy joke.
Look at all these people. I know we didn't even pay them. Ooh.
All right. As we need Tessa Fowler in a slave Leia outfit. Tess Fowler.
Probably. Yeah.
Razor Burn for $2. Cobus Jobert for 14 Zardoz. It says, MauLer, how are your views on the new vid? Good, I hope.
Similar to the Doc Strange one. I think people tend to chew it on over weeks.
Yeah, that's evergreen. It's something you like check back in on in a few months, right? So
it's the same for a lot of my stuff. People end up sometimes the popularity will just like randomly spike, and a lot of them are sleeper aids, which I'm fine with, you know.
Yeah, I love that. No, that's fucking awesome. Evergreen content spiking at like midnight in the U.S. during the U.S. time. That's great. That's fantastic.
I just posted Tessa Fowler in the private chat.
I know what Tess Fowler looks like, dude.
Oh, well, I just needed to research it again, so I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
To make sure, you know.
I'm good.
I'm really good.
I'm real good.
John Keeley for 10 British pounds. Hi, Gary. I'm depending on your comic book knowledge, but is it true that the classic Marvel ROM Space Knight Adventures are finally being reprinted? You heard it right here in the supers. Yes, they are. I believe it had something to do with, I forgot who had was it Hasbro? Some rights they had to work out. The Iron Omega for $10. Fight scene by people who don't know how to fight. Exactly. There's so many of that. There aren't fight scenes. There are combat-themed interpretive dance scenes. It says offer Nave for $10. That is a much better description. I'm actually going to take that.
I was going to say that's pretty solid. This is certainly dance sequences. Like it feels like this all kicked off hard in terms of getting popularity for criticism with the throne room scene in TLJ, where it really was. Like
yeah, I mean that was,
but like a shit dance.
It felt so choreographed. It didn't feel natural at all. They didn't like what frustrates. I mean, Last Jedi, pile of shit. But what just frustrates me in general is how visceral and how short, but how visceral the end fight scene was in Jedi between Vader and Luke. It's just raw, and then you just had these fucking awfully choreographed. It looked like they're in a fucking music video. The set just looked like a music video. I was just waiting for them to start, bouncing out a song or something, belting out a song.
Yeah, that was definitely the problem. And the thing is, it can sort of work at a first glance, and then you start to watch all of them waiting for their cues and, pulling away or lowering or raising their weapon to avoid hitting people. And it's like, ugh.
I think when Daredevil came out, and obviously Daredevil took inspiration from the hallway scene from Old Boy, from the Korean Old Boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the West,
just like Dredd,
suddenly we're just like, this is what we need. We need these long shot form, routine. But even in the Daredevil one, that was brutal. It was just like it was like Old Boy. It was a brutal hallway scene, and they just, as ever, Hollywood just take all the wrong things from something.
One of the greatest tragedies of art is Daredevil getting canceled because of a little fucking rights skirmish and Disney Plus, and then they're bringing it back and it's going to be such shit. They had one of the greatest shows ever made. Like, it was so fucking good. The greatest comic adaptation ever. And it's the best thing Marvel will ever fucking do. Ever. On their own, like Marvel. Spider-Man 2, love that fucking movie. Don't worry about that. But like Daredevil is kind of it for me. And it's the fact that thing is universally loved. It was watched like crazy and they canceled it. They fucking canceled it. What a bunch of idiots. But we get 5 fucking seasons of Star Trek Discovery.
It's okay. Nobody watched it though.
CERN, fuck you. I know it was you. We went through some little wormhole, right? And somewhere in the multiverse, there's a good Star Wars, there's a good Star Trek still. Fuck.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Or woke Hollywood. It's factually.
We saw snippets of it in Picard season 3.
We did. Anon for $1 asks, American planning dual citizenship in the UK. Any advice on cities that are safe but fairly cheap? As MauLer.
Oh, that's a tough one. Safe and look. Safe and cheap cities. I mean, cities are cities. Yeah. Cities are always going to have their issues.
You probably want a town.
Towns.
Yeah.
There are plenty of towns which are even the roughest of town. The areas that you can go to and shop and stay in a hotel are absolutely fine. Like for North Yorkshire or Yorkshire in general. I say North Yorkshire because that goes over onto the East Coast. So if you want to go to the coast, you want to go like Whitby, Scarborough, down to Filey, sort of like those areas are like beautiful. You could go across if you get in the seaside. You go to Blackpool, have a little bit more of a town/city feel to it. Blackpool, Bridlington, start again. Bridlington's another one on the other side. Things like that on the coast, because anywhere south of Sheffield is what. So yeah, and then if you want to go somewhere, Northumbria is beautiful. Just going over there. The Lake District's a little bit more pricey, but the Lake Districts they'll just blow you away.
Well, what's your average home price there?
The average home price in the UK, it fluctuates massively because in the south it's so much more expensive than the north.
Yeah.
What's
the average?
On the East Coast, it's much more much cheaper than it is just here, and we're very So I would say 100 and probably like 140, 160.
Good God. You know what the fucking average home price in America is? 416.
Let's have a look.
Almost
it says,
a half a almost
it says
almost
287,000.
almost a $500,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it's about to correct. So
well,
yours
it's 287,000 in the
like
UK, which is about 360,000, 60,000 US.
That's not bad.
I mean, that's taking, like I said, that's taking in a hefty amount of very expensive properties probably in the South.
Yep. But that's also probably a lot more government red tape to buy a house where you are than where we are.
The index stands at 150.8.
Yeah. All right. MauLer.
Yeah.
Eldridge God House. What's the average price?
Where? Like where I'm at?
Yeah.
I'm not actually sure. I'd have to check. I got all that sorted out like more than a year ago now. I'm not like you guys. I don't know all this stuff off the top of my head because I care about movies. Okay.
Oh.
I care about Ahsoka.
Well, I shut up. No, you don't.
I do too. I've just bought a couple of houses before.
I know you.
I care about how my video is going to perform when Ahsoka.
Oh, damn right. I got a video coming out tomorrow. Then Ahsoka is going to come out maybe the next day. I might have 2 videos in a row, 2 days in a row. Maybe not though. I got to kind of spread them out because I'm traveling. Oh, I meant to tell the story. We're out of time. We'll do it next week.
Gosh darn it.
I was traveling in Sicily. I recorded a Star Trek video in a wardrobe.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to play it for you because it sounds like I'm in a wardrobe. I still think I got like a few thousand views on it, so I was cool with it.
Do you want to quickly run through this?
Quickly, because we got to read.
Yeah. I'll be in out. Put the kettle on. So, I put some images up from the new Hawk Girl comic the other day, and 2 of them got community noted.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the community note has vanished from this one because it was wrong. But Jay Longbone, bless her fucking heart, love Jay Longbone to pieces, managed to screenshot it. And the community note did say, post leads you to believe that the character is requesting some sort of sexual favors in return, which is not true. Nowhere in the comic is it even mentioned nor hinted that she's requesting any. Did you find this helpful? Rate it. So here it is. This is Purple Lady, big thighs, thick thighs save lives. I'm okay with that. And a bit of a fupa. Says, well, I don't want to brag, but I did just save the world. And Hawk Girl goes, sure. And then she says, so I guess you owe me one since I, saved your life and all that.
Jesus,
by the way,
fuck.
If you are listening to that,
that's how it's written.
I read that verbatim.
That is.
I read that verbatim. So, that's kind of intimating, But anywho, community notes come in and go, no. And let's just pop back to this guy here. Where is he? Oh no, where is he? Have I missed? Where are you, dude? Anywho, there's a guy that posts. Now I've ordered these comics to go through, and there's a guy that posts that said, oh, by the way, a few pages later, this is probably why the community note vanished. A few pages later, it turns out that the Purple Lady is a massive lesbian, and she tries it on with Hawk Girl. Yay! Now, this one, the community note stayed on this because I confused this. You see, I confused the shaven head of Hawk Girl at a BLM riot with the half-shaven hair of this. So I'm exploring who I am. I'm divorced. I'm gay. I might not be a woman. Still poking that with a stick. We'll see where I end up.
I'm not sure if I'm a woman. I'm still poking that with the stick.
Yeah, she's deciding whether or not because it's all fucking fake made up bullshit, Gary.
I know.
So she's poking it with a stick because it's utter horse crap.
Your boy Zach summed it up perfectly. Marvel and DC Comics are a gay bar.
Yes.
And you can't, when you walk into a gay bar and you're surprised there's gay people there, you go, shit, this gay bar's gay. That's what Marvel and DC Comics are.
So community notes, I'd just like to say, oopsies.
So
Why
in other
did
words,
you take your community note away? And also, I'm so sorry confusing the fully shaved head woman with the half shaved head woman that sounds identical because everyone in the comic has the same fucking voice by reading those panels.
Can't imagine why the comic industry, the two mainstream companies, are falling to pieces. What a shock.
Yes.
What a shocker.
So if I could just very quickly, Gary.
And the MCU following in those footsteps and failing completely is another shocker. Total shocker.
Well, I decided to write a brief passage of how a modern day comic actually sounds.
Okay.
I'm just trying to
read it. We're getting past the briefly part, but let's go.
Yeah. I know. It was okay. It's okay. I mean, we were 10 minutes. We've got 3 minutes, Gary. We've got 3 minutes. Where are you? Fuck. Oh, here we go. So I decided to just briefly, do my Miles Morales, I guess, tweet. This is 236,000 views on this.
Yeah.
Thanks, Elon. So mainstream comics today, I've just shared it down below. Mainstream comics today. Hey, I'm gay. Me too. Wow. I agree with everything you say. Awesome, because I really hate Nazis. Same, but trans people are brave and amazing. Let's go get food. I know a great place run by an egg producer with a bonus hole. 10 out of 10 CBR. 10 out of 10 Kentucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, your modern comic book industry, mainstream. Paranoid Android for 20 British pounds said, "Hail. I've been clean off alcohol for over 23 years and clean off heroin for over 12 years and got a brand new car. I'm on top of the world." That's right. You know, it's amazing how the world becomes a better place when we get our own shit together, right? That's how you can change the world, is when I'll use my I statements, get my shit together. It's funny how that works.
John Pearson, love him, hate him, entirely up to you. But one thing he will never be wrong on is clean your room.
Yep.
That means your head. Clean space, clean head.
Bone Apple Tea Party for $9.99. I was Ahsoka's 501st.
Hey!
Oh!
But
Horror Amarada was in here. There she is. Feels like life has become a marketing ploy. So much time is spent qualifying and quantifying things that were all demographics instead of people. Yes. When it comes to Blue Beetle, it was basically they got the marketing sheet from Warner Brothers, which was pander to demographic. When you pander to demographic, you are now shielded from criticism because demographic will automatically identify with movie no matter what, and you will be a Nazi because you don't like movie. You will be associated with not liking demographic, which is entirely untrue. Stating the obvious here on YouTube, just because we don't like Blue Beetle doesn't mean we don't like Latino people.
No,
but that is the nature of fan baiting. That's why it's evil.
Yes,
and every person involved in it should lose their fucking job and never work again in Hollywood. And that's all I gotta say about that. There's a shot of MODOK and Drinker's last video. I got confused when it wasn't followed by Homer Simpson screaming. It says over an 8 for $10. Ungoliant for $10 says, "Do not watch Ahsoka. If you want a change from the KK regime over at Lucasfilm, wait until 1 month after release so it hits rock bottom. This is the hill we will die on. I will be watching Ahsoka though, because that's what I do. I mean,
well, it's our job, so
yeah, it's our job. But if it's not your job, yeah, I'd say.
But we watch it, so you don't have to.
I'm not only never going to buy that us watching it helps it. Us watching it will help destroy it. Fucking, you can guarantee that.
Yeah, if it really sucks, and we point out that it genuinely sucks, that doesn't help it.
No,
it doesn't help it.
Think of all the people who will see it randomly and think it's all right, and then they watch our stuff and they're like, "Oh."
To that argument, I will ask, "How's Star Trek doing? How's Star Wars doing? How's the MCU doing? How's DC doing?
How's Doctor Who doing?
How is Doctor Who doing? How did the Rings of Power do?"
You guys praised Picard season 3. I praised Andor. How are those franchises doing again?
Pretty bad.
Yeah, not so good.
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
So I don't think you have anything to worry about. We're not going to breathe life into these franchises by hating them. That's not how that works.
Because we like Picard season 3, that's why Kurtzman's contract got renewed. Didn't you know that, MauLer?
It's not a thing.
And you know that
I still hear
real.
people saying that it's our fault that Velma got a season 2. It's like, it's not how that works.
It was already
it was already commissioned for 2 seasons.
Yeah. So Kurtzman, when his contract was renewed in 2021, was aware that we were going to like Picard season 3 in 2023, and so was Paramount. That's why he got his renewed contract in 2021.
Yeah, but he took time machine back to sign it.
See,
so is that isn't Andor getting another season? It's like, if it's lucky, it will, and it was supposed to have more than that at first, but it didn't do anywhere as well.
Yeah, it was planned out for a while. Yeah. They had a lot of episodes planned, and
that got crushed and scuttled away like everything in Disney will be.
Ahsoka is competing against Netflix One Piece starting next week. MauLer, will you be covering it?
One Piece or Ahsoka?
Yeah, sorry. What was the question? One Piece?
Is he covering? I know you're covering Ahsoka. Will you watch One Piece?
I haven't seen One Piece, the original, so I'm not going to watch One Piece, the adaptation.
But you will be talking about Ahsoka, and so will I.
Oh, yes. You see, I'm a Star Wars lad.
MauLer,
like me some Wars in the Stars.
Why don't we end on this one? The rest we'll get in the square up. MauLer ordered the 3 vinyls. Can't wait for him to get here. And the 6-hour video of Ant-Man was fucking awesome. Great work. Much love, as Gary and MauLer. Cheers.
Yay. Glad you enjoyed it. And I guess for those who don't know, there's a new 6-hour video out on my channel that's all about how great Ant-Man is.
You also have vinyls available.
I do.
Right? Yes.
I've seen they've been linked in chat. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. And vinyl figures. There's 3 of them for the EFAP lads. They're hyper exclusive. I don't think these are going to be made ever again. So pick them up if you'd like to have me on your shelf, on your desk. Who knows? Pretty sleek. Come with nice packaging. I don't know if you want to show them real quick.
Yeah, show them real quick.
That's the link to the mall one. Then the Fringy one. And the Rags one. If you grab them up together, you get a 15% discount.
Hey,
obviously, they're...
could you? I can't share those. Could you share them?
Sure.
Thanks.
They're renditions of the old characters. They're linked together, and of course, it's just something fun. If you wanted to support the channel, but have something physical as well.
There we go.
Jamoli.
Holding in some film reel, as you might say. A bit of film.
Spin him. I'm spinning more.
Ain't that incredible?
Whee.
It's like he's reaching out. It's like he's really there right now.
He is really there. He is real. There's a beautiful box if you want to keep him all sexy and boxed up.
And boxy.
And warm and comfy.
Collector.
And comfy.
Or I think I see I don't know whether to get you out your box or not. Here's the rags.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Oh, that opens up in a different window, so I have to do them window by window, I'm afraid.
That's okay.
Boosh. This is Wags.
Little Raggleton.
This is Raggleton. Raggleton Pop. Yes. Look at that little doggo.
That's a good dog.
And yeah, they're guaranteed, by the way, because they got funded, so you don't have to worry about them not making it to you. Though it would be neat to hit, I think, 1,000 for each of them. With the way that the factories make stuff, we're going to want to hit that mark. Which hopefully, before the month is out, we'll be able to produce such a number. But
and the fringy.
Yes, the plague.
Excuse me, I'm getting hungry.
Plague doctor.
The plague doctor. The green plague doctor.
Yeah.
Getting hungry.
A little bit different than the plushies.
A plush. Yeah, order them if you can afford it.
Yeah, if you can.
If you like them, if you want them.
Yeah, they're great.
Pressure.
And it helps because it allows Morty to make us videos.
Ministry of Wrong Thing says mistakes may have been made in my last super chat. Chat.
That's why you Ministry of Wrong Thing.
Super chat sober. Okay. Just like stream sober. Yeah. No beer, no TV. Make Germany go. Make Germans go something. Yeah, we don't.
Oh,
you know what? Let's just work it out with the beer. Okay, can we do that?
Just give the Germans the goddamn beer.
This is Clyde Dashing.
This
Right.
is also the lederhosen and the ladies with the Oktoberfest.
Dude, Beer Fest, one of my all-time favorite comedies. Beer Fest, so fucking good. So good. You have to ask how much a ZJ costs. You can't afford it, pal. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. All of us. Well, MauLer has a video out. Az is probably gonna make a video. Garrett is editing a video, and I am right back to work for Ahsoka that premieres tonight, and I might even go live afterwards. Which you guys are welcome. You'll probably be asleep, but you're welcome. And what do you got coming up, Az?
Go watch MauLer's unbridled vid on Ant-Man. It's fantastic.
It's a banger.
5 hours, 50 minutes. I watched the first half hour, and I was like, I want to savor this. I'll go back to it, and then I finished it off.
Wow!
I just had to. It was just so much fun to watch. It's this is gonna sound like such a backhanded compliment. I don't mean it to be, but it's just such a damning indictment of entertainment today. When I'm very happy to funnel 6 hours of my life to watching MauLer tear Ant-Man apart because it's funny, it's entertaining, it's engrossing. It's well thought out. It's well put together, well edited. And that's what we used to call in the biz entertainment.
It's entertainment.
So, yeah.
That's actually what it is. It took a piece of entertainment, transformed it into a better piece of entertainment. So,
yes.
And it's longer.
Because Ant-Man is trash.
It really was.
It's a really, really bad
really
film.
Trash.
So, I mean, your Black Widow video, your Doctor Strange video, now the Ant-Man video, they've been absolute bangers, a lot of them.
Which MODOK edit was your favorite?
When you kept changing his face to another actor, and you just stick another actor's face in there, and it'd just be someone else doing something. Or when he died, and he just went big close up on his face, and it's just like,
dude, and that was such an obvious choice, but like not trying to minimize your MauLer. It was done so fucking well, like because that MODOK thing is made to put other people's faces in it, big time. So. It's just made.
That's bullshit. Was the one that edited most of those because it's beyond my editing abilities. He made it look fucking great.
It's fucking fantastic.
I was half expecting Alex Jones at one point.
Oh my god, Alex Jones at MODOK.
That would have been a good one.
Perry could probably do that. You know what? Perry could probably do that.
And go buy a vinyl as well.
Go buy a vinyl. Cheers.
Well, yeah. Wait, which one was your favorite?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'd have to have a think.
Because like I said, I asked him to make them, but when I saw the Mike Ehrmantraut in MODOK's face, that had me fucking.
We had a good thing going.
And you had to blow it up.
You had to blow it up.
What do you got coming up, MauLer?
The whale. Oh, well, the anniversary. We got our 5th year of doing EFAP podcast. These two wonderful lads are, of course, invited. And we're going to be doing a 24-hour stream, probably mainly responding to videos. We've got a whole bunch set up. Probably try and do some of that gothic phone here and there, maybe some memes. But yeah, it should just be a fun time inviting a whole bunch of people. Be there.
I'll be there.
Be square.
We'll be there. We'll be there.
I'll be there too.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
I'll be there.
Oh yeah, and I guess I put out a video. You can check it out.
Yeah, you put out a video. You got vinyl.
I appreciate the compliments a lot, by the way.
5-year anniversary. Az is gonna game.
I'm gonna go to the gym after this.
Good. I'm going for the second time today. I'm gonna go twice because I want to go with Junior. I want to take my son. So.
Well, I was gonna go last night as well, but I got changed. I lay down on the bed and woke up some hours later.
Oh shit, dude! It clears my mind, man. Like I just have better days when I go there in the morning before I do any video or streaming. Play some ridiculously loud music and just zone out, even for like a minimum workout, whatever. For 45 to an hour. It's like some people like meditation. I like really loud music and going to the gym.
Oh, I
clears my head.
Put my headphones on, put my music on, my K-pop, and then I just get on the treadmill.
Fucking K-pop.
That's so fun. Gary, what are you listening to these days?
Oh, at the gym?
Yeah. Metal?
Yeah, primarily metal. Right now in my mix is Painkiller from Judas Priest, Neon Knights, Black Sabbath, Mob Rules, Black Sabbath. I think it's a really appropriate song for, COVID
so
and lockdown.
Fucking funny that you and I line up way more than me and Az or you and Az.
Well, I believe it or not, I don't actually listen to K-pop at the gym. My gym list at the moment is Manic Street Preachers, Muse, some JJ72, Seahorses.
Can I Play with Madness? Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. That fucking song rocks, dude. Little Iron Maiden. Yeah.
Bon Jovi.
No. Fuck no.
Gary, have you listened to any Avantasia?
I don't know.
Symphonic metal. It's one of my favorite bands. I reckon you'd like it.
I'll check it out. I probably would like it. I got so out of touch with music. I used to be so into the scene, but yeah, I
was trying to catch up with Sabaton as of recently. Drinker loves Sabaton. It's so surprising. It's like metal's a lot more popular than I think anyone realizes.
No, it survived. I didn't think it would, but it survived grunge. Although grunge like killed its prominence, but metal went back to where. See, this is where something survives because it went back to where it belongs in its niche scene, and it thrived and it evolved. That's how any kind of scene or like comics. That's where comics belongs. Comics like needs to be treated like metal now. Just go back to your niche scene, and
yeah.
And anybody who tries to wokeify metal usually gets chased away. There have been people who tried, but like will get chased away. Get the fuck out of here.
I assume you've listened to The Metal by Tenacious D, right?
Yes.
New Age tried to kill the metal.
Yes.
And they failed.
I've seen Tenacious D. They played at Comic-Con. They played in Hall H at Comic-Con. This is not going to be embarrassing to admit it. I've also seen them at the Jimmy Kimmel show. I went to a Jimmy Kimmel show many years ago, and I met Guillermo del Toro in the green room, hung out, and it was part of a contest, a charity. So I donated the most to a charity, and I went down there, and I got behind the scenes, and yeah, it was pretty cool. 2007. So yeah, Jack Black and Guillermo del Toro on Jimmy Kimmel, whatever fucking episode that was. I was there. You can see me in the front. You can see my tattoos. My arms are up and stuff. I haven't seen it in a while, but I'm on that episode.
I just got an email saying that my in-arts Joker is getting ready to ship.
All right. You know what? I'll buy one when it's out off of somebody on eBay. I'm not ordering shit from any of these people anymore. I'd rather pay the extra $100 to actually get it. It's not worth it anymore.
No, I'm not anymore. No, I mean George messaged me, said, "Hey, you're gonna do the you're gonna go get the new Hot Toys, sort of like Joker that they're doing. They're doing a Joker, and they're also doing Anakin Skywalker with the rooted hair and stuff.
Which Joker is it? Heath Ledger or
Heath Ledger?
It's Heath Ledger with rooted hair. I see
with rooted, and I was just
is it quarter or 1/6?
I'm done. I'm okay.
Yeah, is it quarter or 1/6?
1/6.
Okay. Like if they come out with some more Lord of the Rings stuff, we need a worm tongue 1/6, dude. That's the one thing that's missing.
You've seen a meme that goes around, like basically suggesting any kind of awful opinion that it'll just play the clip of him getting tossed in Rohan.
Yes, I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Oh, what a waste. There was such a, the one thing Rings of Power did positive was it drove a lot of people to read the original. That's the only good it did, is it drove a lot of people to buy the books and get into the originals, and they redid the audiobooks and
the Lord of the Rings films, their reputation, they just get more solidified in pure gold as time goes on.
Oh, now it's regularly being considered, as it should, a better trilogy than the Star Wars trilogy, because it is.
I didn't even know that was controversial. I'm sorry. It's just Lord of the Rings is clearly better than the three of them put together.
Yeah. And I thought that at the time. When I walked out of the third movie, I'm like, that's better than Star Wars. They just beat it.
I mean, so it was 2003 was Return of the King, right?
Yep. 20-year anniversary this year.
I saw that in the theater. I was 10, Gary. I was blown the fuck away.
Oh, that must have been so rad to see it as a kid. God.
Yeah.
Ah.
One of my favorite memories is being in the car waiting to go home to play Return of the King and Third Age, just the games on
PS2, right?
Remember that? When IPs were so good, you would explore alternative media that relates to them?
Exactly.
Yeah. Dude, crazy that.
I ran out. I got a PS2 on eBay for pretty cheap. I got I got the Return of the King game. Gonna fucking play it. Can't wait. But you both are invited, and you better be there. December 18th. That's a Sunday. That's the 20th anniversary of Return of the King, and we're going to do another 20th, because we did Two Towers.
Oh, I'll be here. I'll do that. I'm ready for Week on Friday.
What is that gay ass controller you got there?
Wait, what's happening a Week Friday?
Week Friday, Starfield.
Oh.
I'll play. I'll be gaming a lot around the holidays, as and I talked about.
Yeah. An Armored Core 6 is this Friday.
Oh, and MauLer, since you're here, you're going to join us for the Christmas stream too, right? Again, that's
Christmas stream, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King stream, whatever stream you ask me to come on, just those streams, yeah.
The Christmas streams are fun. They're actually lots of fun. Those are good times, man.
Jolly times.
I'll be in the hotel room, but I'll be there for you.
All right. I'm glad you're spending it with your family. That's cool.
Also, just real quick in chat, Blind Guardian, Ed Guy, Glory Hammer, and some of the other ones. I'm familiar with lots of them. I need to listen to more of them.
Blind Guardian's good.
Oh yeah, their song for Wheel of Time is fucking great.
Yep, good shit. So that will be that. We'll see you. God, I forget it. We'll get the rest on a Super Chat Square Up. I'm running this by myself, so it's kind of pathetic and sad. But thank you all. Thanks to the Modrotics. You guys do a great job. Thanks to everyone who left a Super Chat donation. You help keep the lights on around these parts. Really excited for Ahsoka.
Yay.
No.
I'm a soaker myself in paraffin after I've watched it.
Don't do it. You have
Don't
so
do
much
it.
to live for.
I
You have
kind
so much Ahsoka to live for.
I see. How many episodes is it? 6, please.
Too many.
Too many. That's the first number that came in my mind too. Too many. How many is it? Is it 8?
Fucking who knows these days? It could be
Nobody
anything
knows.
because
Yeah.
of the way they do this shit.
How
Nobody gives a shit.
many eps of and I know I misspelled Ahsoka. Actually, it was Ryan text me and said you misspelled Ahsoka. Dumb shit.
It's A-H-A-H.
I don't care. I honestly don't care.
Ahsoka.
There'll be 8 episodes, so there'll be there's going to be 2 today, which means there'll be 6 more weeks of Ahsoka.
Hey,
it's right through the holidays. I'm already seeing the spooky stuff. Bucky's had the spooky stuff out already, the Halloween stuff. So,
there's shots with Halloween stuff out here already as well.
Yep. Can't wait.
There was this meme of someone who can see a bunch of Halloween-y stuff like ghosts and just awesome decorations, and then there's just this person standing in their way, and they try to walk past, and the person standing in their way. This person was called August.
That's the month I was born. That's why I like August, because there's like no holidays, right? So I don't have to compete with any holidays. It's a good month to have a birthday.
We got a bank holiday this Monday.
It's worked out as a pretty good month for me now, because it's like my video release month, because nothing else is happening.
Yeah.
Just like, I guess I'll drop a video.
It's good. And then people can watch it through the holidays. Yeah, the way Mrs. Nerdrotic decorates the house is basically Nightmare Before Christmas. So we put our Halloween, and we start inching our Christmas stuff as time goes on, and just keep the Halloween shit there and the Christmas shit. It works. She's a big Burton head. Do not criticize Tim Burton around Mrs. Nerdrotic, okay? I just don't recommend it. She will not be your friend.
I mean, he's made a lot of really good stuff. No.
Good stuff. She's not here, so no, it's not all good. The editing in Batman 89 is shit. It's total shit. It's like, that's why Batman Returns is a better made movie. It's a better movie. It's a better made movie. It's a better Batman movie. I love Batman 89, but Returns is better.
Batman Returns is the best Batman.
Absolutely
movie.
Better.
Full stop.
Again, thank you all. Love you guys. See you next time on Az's channel. And Friday Night Tights, MauLer will be back.
Yes,
we'll talk about
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. Wow, I watched that once.
Assholka.
Asshulka?
Asshole.
Oh, no.
Like an
Is that
asshole.
like She-Hulk?
The less Hulk, the better.
Star Wars is asshole. Bye.
God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all 3. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.